Beep, boop, 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 boop. That's the sound of starting video.
Is that the sound of starting video? Okay.
That is
So
the starting video
we are-
noise.
The starting video noise. All right. Well, as long as we are starting video noises, I'm gonna load up your channel really quick.
There it goes. Yeah, it just started.
Okay, it just started. All right. So welcome back to another crazy adventure of Hux Seventh Draconis. I believe we have most everybody tonight. Shifty eyes.
Why did you go mildly Spanish or something?
I'll have you.
As far as we're aware, Latin is very Spanish. I'm just going to go with that.
Welcome to tonight's broadcast of Hixuen Dracones. I hope you're here with your family.
See, this is how they curry favor with the guide. Is first they pick on her for how she says words, and then they beg for mercy later and go, "I know." Oh yeah, come on, keep it going, come on. You got some more in you, I know you do. Okay, so
No me gusta.
Trying to find my 3-string. Where is it?
all right, let me just write this down. Getting my pen out. All right, me gusta.
Use a pen?
I use a pen. Hey, Eric makes me fancy pens, and I use them. Okay, so he handcrafts pens. How crazy is that
those
today?
spices.
So
3-hour spice pen.
now we're back to the spice conversation. All right, so we are picking up where we left off last session. I will remind my players, you guys still have not rested in this 24-hour period.
My character is full of speed. So
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with rest.
Neither has
That's
some of
actually
our
just
players.
burning yourself to death with drugs does not count as resting.
I know.
So,
It does for a while.
reminder, kids, burning yourself with drugs is not the same as sleeping. Okay, so, who
stay in
wants
school.
to give me a recap?
Functionally, though, it is.
And it can't be Zev this week because he did last week.
Recap?
Yeah.
Last week on Rock Bottom.
Yes, that's the name of the game.
Well, if you're gonna keep interrupting.
How
Oh.
long is Sammy interrupting?
Last week on Rock Bottom, oh geez, I just drew a blank.
Oh, cool.
That's easy
the
to
garage
do.
next door blew up, which was completely and totally not Miko's fault in any way. Nearly,
I'm absolved of my guilt.
nearly killing Stottle and Amelia, but not doing that. As the party left as the party split up, I'm just gonna say the party left to get to answer a distress signal from a young lady in labor, who was discovered and then aided by the party in the form of Amelia and Miko fetching a terrifying bug monster man, while Aaron and Zuri kept her company and kept her from losing her mind in the loneliness of a busted down abandoned apartment building with her body coming apart. However, much to our dismay, said baby turned out to be a lateral shark.
That baby is perfect just the way it is. Take that back.
Well, I mean, it currently
It is-
because it's alive, but the problem is that it's not going to
It
stay
is
that way.
perfect and adorable, and it will live forever.
It's going to become perfect in that it's going to be completed. It'll be perfect in the Latin sense shortly if we don't get it into a situation where it can survive. So we have acquired a truck, and we're getting ready to take the mother and the child to a progenitus station in the hopes of sending them off to be taken care of.
All right, you can have a favor for tonight.
Yay!
Yay!
You did
A
wonderful.
favor.
Yes, a favor.
What is that?
If you
5
don't
eeps?
use it,
Favor?
it's an XP.
No.
And if you do
I believe
use
it's
it,
5 eeps.
is it 5 eeps? Yeah, if you don't use it,
Yes.
it's 5 eeps. And if you do use it, I think it's a reroll.
No, it's just the eeps.
Oh, really? Then why do
Yeah.
we call it favor?
Because it's only in case you want to keep track of it.
Oh, okay.
Like if you're just mapping stuff.
Oh, okay.
Essentially 5 eeps.
It's essentially 5 XP that you'll be able to spend at the end of the night. So yay! Okay. So, you guys have gotten the truck, and I believe Stefan, the very creepy doctor, has gotten to the back of the flatbed, cradling the mother. Zuri's next to him with the bowl, and I'm assuming you're continuing to support the baby and move the water over its gills. Because baby can't swim so good on its own and doesn't really know what it's doing. So if you leave it to its own devices, it starts kind of turning.
Baby is getting all the help.
Yeah, baby's getting all your attention right now, and I'm assuming Miko is also in the back of the truck.
Well, I probably can't fit in the front, so.
Well,
And
I
I
mean,
shouldn't go on the top this time.
you could probably squeeze into the front. You could probably fit 3 people in the cab if you want to.
I will hang out in the back and peek around while we were moving.
All right, you hang out in the back. All
Be
right.
like, so how long is this trip exactly?
Aaron and Amelia, that means the 2 of you are in the truck. How are you handling driving? Who's doing what?
I'm driving.
We're gonna let Aaron. I've decided to let Aaron drive since Sev changed the rules. Almost as if somebody did something that made him think, that's kind of metagamey. Should probably.
Yeah, I should probably tweak something like that. Yeah.
Is it
And
kind
mine was only semi-metagamey, but I
So-
already had a point existing in it.
So
Right, see.
I'm just saying,
I
is,
just-
is there a little confrontation of Aaron doesn't understand, is convinced Amelia doesn't know how to drive and makes her vacate the seat?
I'm definitely.
You see, the delightful part about this, if you haven't looked at the way that is all you need is a way to explain how you got this knowledge. So if you want to watch Aaron drive for the next hour,
Mm-hmm.
that is how you will learn how to
Oh,
drive.
I'm going to. just like freaking glaring at Aaron the whole time.
Don't
like-
worry, I've got this. Aaron says, getting into the cab, and because of his size, probably like clinging to the wheel,
You need the block.
semi-standing.
Quick.
Ties a block to the foot like short round, you know.
Yeah, I was about to say.
All right. Well, as there's this little squabble in the cab as Aaron asserts himself as the driver, and Amelia's like, "Oh, I guess I'm letting her drive," and scoots over and just kind of looks on at the music. Aaron actually does know how to drive. Aaron, you are having a little bit of difficulty though because you are a child, and
Yeah.
there are pedals and wheelie, so you're gonna have to basically be near standing as you drive, probably.
Yes.
This is gonna be quite comical for Amelia to watch, but Aaron's got this figured out.
Aaron's like, Jesus, this is archaic. It's using Tesla's autopilot. We're all gonna die.
Mm-hmm. So what goes on is they get in, they start squabbling. You turn to Stefan and ask him about how long it's gonna be, and 3 hours, 3.5 hours, depends how bad at checkpoint.
Oh, I thought he was gonna say traffic, which would be funny, because there's very little of it. She says, nudging Zuri, like, huh? Right? I thought it was funny.
He clicks a few times, making noises, and he goes, "No, we stop all the cars."
Well, so what about those of us who are sitting back here with Big Shark in a tank?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, if you're stopping all the cars, isn't somebody gonna see us back here with a Big Shark in a tank?
No, it's fine. We all spirals, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, but, you know, they're gonna want their... I kind of figured there was a cut or something, you know, like somebody might want to know why you got the big shiny and You know what,
He suddenly strokes his chin with one of his smaller arms, looking over at Miko, like you bringing up something to him, and he goes, "True. You give me implant. You give them."
well, I haven't really got anything specific to give them. Specifically. In fact, I wasn't really all that keen on the implant idea, but I mean, we're there now. Here we are.
Well, you know, I don't know. Usually other people drive. I just do. They go to checkpoints. We get clear through checkpoints. They let us drive through.
Right. Amelia, are you ready to clear us through a trip point?
Can I hear them?
Yeah, this
Well,
is
I'm,
kind
like,
of
shutting
background.
through the
I got
back
some
of a
background
window,
noise
yeah.
going of some cars driving going on. Occasionally, as you guys start moving forward, Aaron driving very intently on this road going around abandoned vehicles and stuff that's just been blocking these roads for God knows how long. Occasionally you'll hear gunfire as there's gang fights somewhere. And awesome 70s music. You can hear Miko, but you're kind of yelling back over the thing. This isn't going to be a subtle conversation.
Is there a way to open like the back window? Or...
I kind of thought we were. I thought that's what we were doing.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying you're going to be yelling through the window back and forth at each other. While
I'll just open the back window and just kind of like hang halfway out, just like what?
Well, I mean, so apparently there's going to be a checkpoint, and you guys are in front, and like all the suspicious evidence is in the back. So
Can we? I'm just gonna look. It's like, hey, we need to go around the checkpoint. Can you tell us where the checkpoints are?
You're asking that to Stefan?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have him roll some logic here.
just tell them we've run out of bribes. We don't have to bribe anybody else tonight. We're like,
We already bribed at the last checkpoint.
Have to have off-road.
What?
Longer. Speaking of which, Aaron, give me a difficulty 1 driving check. Have to off-road, maybe dig through buildings? They have roads covered.
That sounds like a bad idea.
so does
I
getting
guess
checked.
Pretty. Okay, so let's say
But why need to avoid? I mean, scabies is spiral.
Okay, yeah, let's whatever. We'll see if we can do this. Hey, can you point us to the least manned checkpoint?
Also, is this body or mind? It's body, right?
Probably body.
Probably body for how you're driving, yeah.
The way you are driving, buddy.
Yeah, oh yeah. Aaron's is really in control. I mean that bull is barely moving.
Wow.
Aaron's holding on the drill, the death grip, hands at 10 and 2, eyes adjacent to the road.
This is only making like Amelia more annoyed.
Keeping perfect distance of the car in front of them. Even
Yeah, watch your space cushion, watch your space cushion.
The least you could have done was be a shitty driver.
Stefan's actually gonna turn and kind of look at Amelia dead in the eyes and go, why least manned? And I'm gonna need a deception check from you.
I'm gonna look him right back in the eye and say, because if something goes wrong, I want a better chance of all us living.
Alright, give me a community deception.
I'm being honest.
Yeah, but there's false intent of
There's
Mark.
false intent. You're trying to lie about why.
Okay, so this is
It's community communication.
Okay, awesome. I have a fault.
Yeah.
This is where it all goes wrong.
All right.
Yeah, what's the difficulty?
I want to say probably at this point it's going to be a difficulty 2 with him because you've been acting very unspiral and you never affirm to him you are a spiral every time he talks about it.
I see somebody's convincing.
Ah, nice.
I've got a 13 and my. Let's go with the fault.
Yeah, and see, I can't give you any like worse difficulty because I was actually trying to find what I was going to do with your difficulty while you were rolling.
No, but you can flavor it.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter though because it's past, right? So it doesn't matter on that. So
You still kind of can.
Yeah.
Like he could not completely buy it,
Okay.
kind of thing.
He clicks a few times and he goes, "We can go fastest way. That's best. Least trouble, less checkpoints. Only one."
Yeah, the fastest way is the best. If it's also the safest way. Like, we're thinking about your patient here, right?
Hey, maybe that's the answer. Hey, Steffi, Stefan, click. You know, it doesn't work if I come up with disparaging nip games.
Why is you says it's disparaging name? I's right here.
You called ahead to get the car, right?
Yes.
Well, can you call ahead to the checkpoint and tell them that we need to clear through without stopping because we have a medical emergency?
They'll want to know why.
Well, tell them there's a patient dying in the back of the car because it's
They
splashing water.
I'm just like, yeah, Miko, that's not gonna.
He clicks his jaws a few times and goes, "You're new. I would be told to turn around and go chop it."
What if it belonged to somebody?
Everyone belonged to somebody.
Well, if it
Yeah.
belongs to somebody important, they don't want to chop it up, right?
Well, I mean, if it's here,
You can see his jaws
just
kind of
like,
move a bit.
Guys, are we going down this road still?
Give me another check, Aaron. And he goes, no, maybe left.
I'm just like, just kind of like reaching over, poking Miko, just like, look, you.
Oh, no.
Crashed.
Oh, no.
Dear.
Oh,
All right.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, that's real bad. Oh shit. Aaron, you tried to take that left, but you tried to take it really sharp, and you suddenly there's just the sound apparently of police sirens are going off, which is really good for right now. The car kind of like loses like traction from you hitting the brakes to try to make the turn, and it starts to drift. And it suddenly like slides and slams into what would have been an old bus bench, as it suddenly creaks to a stop. I want a dodge
All
save.
the water sloshes out and our problems are solved.
I want a dodge save from everybody on the truck. Amelia, are you wearing your seatbelt?
Oh, hell no.
Aaron, are you wearing a seatbelt? You can't be. You're standing. Dodge
Seatbelts
saves.
are for squares.
This is dodge save difficulty 1.
I embrace the fly.
All right.
Miko's actually got to wave on our way out of the flatbed.
Dodge save is.
Oh no.
It's a body exert, and it's using the bonus based on your evasion score. So if your evasion score is a 20, it's a 2. If it's a 10 to 20, it's
good.
a 1. Yeah.
That's an 8.
the
My
rules say
ribs.
funny perceive.
All right. So, how is it that you pass on this? Because I forget.
It's the same as a regular check, only instead of using the proficiency, you're using the bonus from your evasion score. So for every 10 points you have in evasion, it's +1.
Okay.
12
So
passes.
12 passes, right? So
Mhm.
so most people aren't passing right now, basically, right?
I have an 8.
Yeah.
What was? Sorry, what was the difficulty?
1.
Difficulty 1. Yeah.
Oh, 1?
Yeah.
Alright, hang on.
Luckily for you guys, the bug doctor is agile as fuck. Shit!
Oh no!
Oh,
Sorry! No! Sorry, no! Oh shit! Oh, he's already holding.
It was Zuri?
No, Zuri's gonna take some damage, but Zuri's gonna get thrown from the truck with the baby. Zuri, Zuri.
I didn't see a check for the baby in there.
No, but the baby's being held by Zuri, so they're connected. That's why I did. Oh no, Zuri, I'm gonna give you one more chance. We're gonna keep it difficulty 1. You will
so
take.
content warning.
You will take increased damage if you succeed, if you want to take this roll, but you could try to make it so you land with baby up.
I will do anything I can to save it.
Okay, so it should be
Baby
another...
shark goes splat, splat, splat.
Shut your...
I like how everybody who rolled here, I got an 18. Miko's the only one inside the truck, and she's watching the arc going, nice trajectory.
Well, it's basically you and the other guy. Everyone else is going to be taking some damage.
Sail.
Is it the same check otherwise?
It's the exact same check. Just do the same check. The exact same check.
Okay.
Come on.
I can't look.
All
I
right,
have one focus left. I'm gonna turn that into a 12.
you're gonna turn that
you
into a 12. Okay, you will manage to. You're gonna face plant, but you'll be holding the bowl somehow perfectly up when you land. But everyone is gonna be taking some damage.
Wait a minute, I thought we brought the bathtub down.
No, you
No.
guys couldn't bring the
we
bathtub.
couldn't manage that.
Alright.
No,
fair enough.
everyone's gonna be taking some damage from. We're gonna use the thing for falling, or whatever. Where's that
Have
at?
you ever tried to carry a bathtub?
Well, there were several of us. I mean, I thought we might have attempted it.
I need to find the environmental
Also, have
page.
you ever tried carrying a bathtub full of water? Doesn't make it lighter. How much damage?
I'm trying to find the environmental table. So
It's page
Oh, right, we have tables for that.
150 what?
Oh my god.
150 what?
155.
155.
It's probably a D3, honestly, unless they ran into something.
Well, it's gonna be more for that character because they decided to take more. Everyone else is gonna be taking D3 that failed, which will be anybody but the doctor, his patient, and Miko, because Miko's fine. So it'll be D3 for everyone else. I'm gonna roll it individually. So this is for Amelia. This is for Aaron, like it matters, and this one is for.
It kind of matters.
This one's for
It got adjusted.
Zuri. Oh God, Zuri. Zuri's paint job isn't looking so good all of a sudden. But you managed to perfectly keep that glass from breaking. The baby looks a little disheveled from what just happened. It did just go through the spin cycle suddenly. But the the truck has ceased function at the moment.
So, real quick, which one of these was mine?
The one.
The one. You took one of the ones because there are only 3 of you that took damage. Zuri took the 5.
So.
You took 1.
Yeah, we have to figure out which one of the ones was yours, though.
Shoot.
I
think
believe
it
the
was-
first one was yours,
Okay.
and then the
Okay.
second one was Aaron.
I feel like we're trying to figure out if my half of the orange juice is the on top or bottom.
I think it's the left side actually of the orange juice.
Oh.
So if you were paying attention, you'd know that. All right, so
Yeah. No.
all right, so the truck sputters and stops, and Stefan is immediately like he gently sets the shark down, and it's very ungangly and terrifying to see him like get into motion because he's using all sets of arms to pull himself up and just like clamber over to check the baby in the bowl, and he's like not even really looking at Zuri, he's checking the bowl, and then he takes the bowl roughly from Zuri and then walks back.
Amelia is like immediately clambering out and running over to Zuri.
And he goes, "Fuck you! Bad drivers!"
It's my first time.
Zuri is in very bad shape.
I thought you were doing a pretty okay job, Miko says, looking casually as though she was sitting in the back.
Listen, if you want me to roll for driving normally, failing is inevitable. You can't blame me.
Alright.
I just like hopping down there and kneeling down. It's like, hey, are you okay?
Ow.
Just like, is something feel broken? Are you good? I don't know how cogs work.
Racist!
Man, it's like, you know,
I mean,
I
I
don't
guess-
really know how people work either, so. Not a doctor.
It's if could you help me up, please? Ow.
I will help Zuri up.
Sorry, Suri.
Taking the baby back.
It's ow. Is the baby all right?
Just like, I don't know. Hey, is the baby all right?
No, the baby is a lateral shark in the underground.
Is it a live one?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
For now, maybe seatbelts would be good.
Seatbelts are for squares.
I like
No
my
seatbelt.
shapes to have equal sides.
If I wear the seatbelt, I can't drive.
Zuri points at, let's say, like her shoulder, where pretty much her outer skin is all scraped off, and you can see the inner workings. No seatbelts
Nah.
keep that from happening.
No, 2 patients. No, not paid enough. He's looking
So
like
it'll be
he's like he's
fine.
got his little hands going, working on the baby shark, and he starts fiddling with his bag, which he's been kind of holding his bag pretty tightly, and he pulls out a perk, and he holds it at Zuri. You know how to work this?
Yeah.
You sure? Kinda want it back.
Yes, I know.
Alright.
Not claiming to be very good at it, but I know how to work it.
Alright. You owe Stefan. Stefan need things. You get things for Stefan. You remember, pretty hair. He gives you the perk kit. Stefan likes warm cocoa on Sundays.
So how much are you paid, Stefan? She asked curiously, leaning over.
Mostly in continued living and parts.
I know people who continue to live and have parts.
So do I. They usually die.
She'll sit back and mull this over. I know people who continue to live and have parts and need a doctor.
Aaron is starting the truck back up.
Zuri is looking at the perk, and looking at Stefan, looking at the perk, and at Stefan, and goes, "Yes, Coco down here."
Stefan remembers Coco. Stefan misses it. You
Yeah,
have
me
Coco?
too.
I know people who have cocoa.
What's cocoa?
It's a sweet taste liquid. Very tasty.
Oh.
You know what sweet
What
tastes
is
like?
Tasty.
Like chocolate bar. You ever have chocolate bar, little child?
I've had bits of chocolate bar.
It's like entire glass of chocolate bar.
Aaron crashes again as he becomes momentarily distracted.
I was gonna say, as you start to pull forward, you are jammed with part of a bench in one of the wheels. As you guys kind of had sideswiped into it, it's you're having some hard trouble getting that loose. Somebody's going to need to pop that loose.
Fidget,
What?
can you on the bench and get it loose?
No, you're thinking of another character that had that ability.
Oh,
Oh, are we metagaming
you,
this?
you
Good.
can't do that anymore.
No,
You know that person? Okay.
That was a different lifetime.
Hey, Fidget.
You might consider asking the person with acid for blood, though.
Yeah, I was gonna just go do it. I was just waiting for you guys to be done.
Alright.
Amelia, I wanted Fidget to feel useful.
Oh.
Have you not yet noticed what happens when the weird shiny dog thing gets bored?
But
So, pretty blip. How long you been with spirals?
I'm like 2 weeks old, honestly.
How long you been with spirals though?
Um,
I'm just gonna look at him, and it's like, as long as she's been with me, which
Yeah.
I'd say is about none of your business days.
yeah, like a week in days. Like a none of your business week. Am I doing this right?
All right. So which one of you
Probably
wants to?
not-
Which one
neither
of you
of us
wants?
are.
Which one of you wants to use communication or deception there?
Who's better?
Can I pretend to be like an independent contractor? She's actually asking Stefan this.
You're asking if you can pretend to be
Yeah.
an independent
Oh,
contractor.
shit.
This cover isn't going to work for her. She looks nothing like what. I mean, their news would have gotten around. She-
Stefan clicks a few times and then Oh, you people are dumb. Okay. Yeah.
At least we've established that. She's gonna sit back down and go, this is real close.
Anyways, I'm just gonna like look at Zuri, just like, you okay? I'm like pulling her handkerchief out of her pocket.
You're gonna wipe her
you're
face.
freeing the truck.
Yeah. No,
What?
there's acid all over the place.
Yeah, you're supposed to fix the...
I'm not producing acid right
No,
now.
you're supposed to fix the truck. The truck's got a
going
light wrench in
to.
it.
All right, what are you doing with the handkerchief?
I don't know. Well, I thought I would role play, but
I thought you would too, but you know, we all thought it was going in.
As you're trying to do this thing with Zuri, Erin is yelling, "Fix the truck!"
I thought I was just like grabbing her handkerchief from her pocket and just like wiping dirt off her face. It's like, you all right?
I think I will be. Yeah.
This is where like it cuts to Lucas. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Just like it was like cool. It was like
I just need to figure out this perk first. It's an older model.
just like, all right, cool. And I was like walking away. I'm just like poke my head in. It's like something wrong with this truck.
It's stuck on something.
I'll go look.
There's coming from the back of the flatbed because Stefan's just basically finding you guys hilarious at this point.
Well, good to see at least somebody is having a good time.
Oh, I just noticed there's a baby shark hex.
What?
Oh, I'm looking at the Twitch stream.
Oh yeah.
There's a baby shark hex on Stefan.
He's holding the baby shark. He took it from her, so I moved it over there.
I know.
Oh.
I'm enjoying
We're
this.
still in a building.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, I'm gonna
not
go-
moving you guys over onto this map because I have it heavily zoomed in on in case there's a conflict. Sam doesn't
I
have
was
to do
wondering what
effort.
was up with that.
And Sam's gonna hide this really quick because I don't need you to look at that either. There we go. Sam prepped for game.
Would you prefer us not to look at the stream?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I just needed to close that. That's fine.
All right.
Alright.
Anyway, I'm gonna go destroy the bench.
So you're gonna destroy the bench. Okay, you
Yeah.
destroy the bench. You melt it out. You have to be really careful because you don't want to melt out the tires on this thing.
I definitely
Well,
don't want to weld any part of the bench to the truck.
Yeah, you spend some time. It's obnoxious, but it only takes like a couple minutes because I don't know how fast you can churn through stuff with that implant.
I definitely actually probably find this incredibly satifying. Just like,
It is probably a really good
this is
feeling,
awesome.
and you know the implant's like good. Give in to the frustrations. She was a terrible driver. You know, that kind of thing. And then Stefan is kind of looking over at Zuri. Is you patched?
Let me ask the GM first.
Yes.
Uh,
I think it's an operate check to use that, right?
I'm a cox, so I get to roll engineering.
So roll engineering.
I mean, that's the question. Are you allowing me to
it's
basically
operate
actually
skill.
work on myself, or do I have to use its self-guided mode?
Actually,
You
I need
mean,
to.
you can. That option is available with the perk regardless.
It just takes longer.
Yeah, it just takes a while.
But can he use it to do himself for self triage?
Yeah, I mean it's just healing with it.
Okay. Well, since you're
He's not missing limbs or anything.
yeah, you're not unconscious or anything yet. So yeah.
Yeah, but it will take a bit. But I guess we have a couple hours of driving, so there's time to do it.
Yeah, you're not doing the automated version. You're doing the check, right?
Recovery is 164 for healing wounds. Requires a perk, medical equipment, roll mind exert medicine, or engineering for cogs. Set the difficulty yourself. You restore 2 times the difficulty score with the wounds. So decide how difficult you want it to be based on how good you think you are.
I am going to go with difficulty 2.
Okay, so you'll restore 4. It'll take an hour to do, assuming you pass.
2d8. And I do have a boon in engineering.
Cool.
So you can
So-
succeed on a
Make
10.
it a 10.
Yes, indeed.
Now, I mean, if it were me, and it's Sam, so it's not me, but if it were me, I'd say you could succeed on a 12 and get an extra wound out of it.
No, I'm gonna say you can succeed on a 10 and get your 4.
No, I think you should succeed on a 12 and do it silently.
No, I want you to be ow, 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 ow for the next hour. Oh.
Well,
See, I was thinking succeed on a 10 would have been a better choice just because of the fact that I know you guys are running on empties. So, so you're basically gonna sit there for the next hour working on this and end up no better off.
kind of get nowhere. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Stefan is doing 2 jobs at once right now, and he looks a little irritated by the fact that he no longer has an active nurse because she's taking care of herself.
Oh, I'll help.
You're in the front.
Oh wait, no. I should not put my hands in the water.
Yeah.
I feel like it might put off the alkaline.
Alright. So you guys take off driving again, and it's seems like it's going okay. I'm assuming Aaron's going a little slower. Still kind of getting used to the fact
What if
that...
it doesn't cause rolls?
Huh?
Whatever doesn't require rolling. You
Yeah,
normally
well,
only have to check if there's stunts going on.
I was having Aaron roll because Aaron has to stand up while they're driving. Aaron's having to do a lot of extra work. This is not somebody who has a seat casually made for them. Aaron's having to do and this is also their first time driving in game, and they're doing it in a really horrible way. I mean, sustaining that kind of driving is effort.
And get myself like a booster seat and like some cans for my feet.
Basically, Aaron needs some stilts and a booster seat to be able to do this without any rolls right now. But I will say, for this next hour, at the end of the next hour, because this will be, we'll see. You guys are about 2 hours in on this 3-hour ride now. Aaron, I would like another check. Because you're gonna have to do another series of turns, and turning is hard for you because you're having to crank your arms over the wheel. You're having to try and keep your hands on the. Oh no!
Okay, we crash again.
All right. This time isn't severe. I will say, dodge save difficulty 0 for the people in the back. If you're not seatbelted, difficulty 0 for the people in the front.
No one must seatbelt.
Why was nobody seatbelted after the first one? That's what I wanna know.
Because I literally cannot be seatbelted and drive.
Oh wait, hold on for a second.
Yeah,
I think I have a boon. Well, that's an 11, first of all. But I think I have a boon in dodge. No, it's stealth. I have a simplification.
Don't
Boon
think
dodge
you
is
can
impossible.
You
Alright.
can have
If you have a simplify in it, you don't need to roll for it at difficulty 0.
Okay. Well, that's stealth, not dodge.
There. I do have a simplify and dodge saves, so I will not be.
So you're just not participating. Got it.
All
Alright, well, you'll be surprised that the person with the extra limbs manages to grab Mama Shark, hold Baby Shark, and keep himself seated.
She's gonna clap happily in the back, like it's just.
You're like on your hind legs, clap, 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 clap with the forelegs. And Zuri, you managed to, in the middle of you working on yourself, the truck suddenly lurches, and you do that. Amelia, you have a simplify?
I just had my wheels aligned. Damn it!
I do not have a simplification.
All right, you'll take 1 wound because you're gonna hit the windshield.
All right. I'm just gonna leave it at 1 wound because if it's been an hour, then my regeneration.
You have regeneration. Oh, that's right. You're reptilia. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
just
got
leave it at 1.
What do you call it? Surgery.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good
reclaim.
question. What does my stave here do now?
Reclaim?
Yeah, reclaim.
Yeah, it's a reclaim.
Yep.
The regeneration.
All right. So there's
Here's the
a.
thump in the front. She's gonna look forward at the unseatbelted Amelia and just shake her head. You brought this one on yourself.
I'm just like turning around like, hey, quit distracting the driver.
Oh my god. Driver has been nerfed severely. Okay. We'll get the wounds now.
All right. So about now, Stefan's starting to look a little more shifty, and he's very protective of what he's carrying for cargo. And he looks over at Zuri and he's like, "Did you do all that and just waste what? That's not cheap.
I
I
didn't
mean, you're
waste
not
anything.
cheap, but
It's
that's
still
not
perfectly
cheap.
usable. Okay, maybe some bandages, yeah, but the rest of it is still fine. See, you can still use it. I
Somebody
didn't
else
waste
needs
it.
to use the baby. I need to fix your face. Is all. Oh, it's not good right now.
Do we want to stop for a little bit? No. Everyone answers their own question.
I
Trying to
know.
continue on.
Yeah.
It's like, I would like very much to not stop. I want to get this taken care of.
All right. So
Look, we're going to Progenitus. Suri will be fine, right?
If we get there, unless, they shoot us.
they don't like us at all. I
Yeah.
thought we doing drop off.
How long has it been since I healed Shark Lady?
It's been 2 hours.
2 hours, okay.
You guys are 2
I don't
hours
know what
into
my
your
goal is.
drive. The car, I assume, starts rolling again as you guys have adjusted because Aaron hasn't had to make a turn and is doing a lot of straights. You slowly start creeping forward. The streets around you actually look a lot darker than previous ones. There were actually a lot more lights in the previous streets because you were more in the core center of Spiral territory. This is now their protected border that you're encroaching up on. And over the next hour, Aaron, I'm assuming you're gonna drive a little bit more, even more timidly than you already were as you go through these streets, occasionally hearing gunfights and such. And soon you guys will come across.
Every once in a while, Mika's gonna offer helpful advice. Just you're being too nervous. Now go a little fast. Now go a little slower. Just drive casual.
Aaron wishes to drive with confidence.
Right. All right. Well, then I'm gonna need you to roll a driving check.
Okay. Driving confidently, very difficult. Okay.
Yep.
Difficulty?
Yep.
No.
I said difficulty 0. Come on, you do
Okay.
Come on. You can do it.
Press 4.
Don't roll a 1. Don't roll a 1. See, you
Okay.
did it.
Most
See,
competent driver.
Miko's like, own it. Get on it. Yeah. And you start driving like a little bit more confidently, feeling really good about how you're standing and going, and you're getting that one hand, because you have to kind of balance a bit, because you don't want to have all your weight on the gas pedal, because that means you're going very
I
fast.
have to lift myself with the wheel.
Now, this is why I was saying this is actually something that should require checks, because you are having to basically do.
Oh,
pull-ups
no,
the
I
whole time.
agree with you. I was just making a joke about how, if you're going to roll on a task, the likelihood of failure is
Yeah, I know.
It'll likely pop up.
I know. But anyway, so you can.
Speaking of though, Amelia, how many full nights do you have?
1 inside me.
Okay, you only have the one?
I only had the 1.
And
Because that would solve our focus problem right now.
are you saying, Amelia, can you regurgitate that and we'll all swallow it once?
I've probably metabolized a good portion of it.
Pretty
Yeah.
sure it's done,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
probably done. So as you guys are pulling up down the street, you see what seems to be almost like a barricade across it. There is a big yellow metal conflagration of parts that have been welded together into some sort of weird gate that is forced down right now. And the buildings all around are dark. There's boxes and various refuse everywhere. The leftovers of various vehicles are strewn about. There is
Should
the
we be
smell
concerned
of
about the
fire.
Cthulhuan monsters that are the side of the street?
Those are wires. You think?
Oh, it didn't res. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are
alright.
wires.
Because it was looking like bad news.
Yeah. But I would like a. I can think words. I can use them with my face mouth. Can I get a body perceive check from everyone in the party? Difficulty is 0
I will
right
take
now.
a peek. You said 0?
Actually, difficulty 2. Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Oh, that's way worse.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I have a 5.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on, that might be 6. I have a 6.
You have a 6. Okay.
No,
I got
don't see
some.
the shit. Cool.
We're ducking.
All right.
Ducking down.
There is. It seems like it's a ghost town. There doesn't seem like there's anybody here.
Is that the checkpoint, Stefan?
Yeah, that's a checkpoint.
Is it gonna look weird with me driving? Should be an immediate swap just for this bit?
I mean, you know the call sign, right?
No.
Like you gotta do the. You gotta call out to them.
What do I call out?
All right. Go ahead, Amelia.
Do they change this often, or is it possible?
They did change it on occasion. You remember, because they would change it so other gangs wouldn't learn it long term. But you could do a logic check at difficulty 1 to try and guess what the more common ones were.
Logic. I am not great at that, so.
I know, but you would have a chance to do this because of the fact that your background is related to this. But they do change it every so often because they don't like rival games coming through pretending
So
to
they
be them.
rotate through a set.
Yeah.
You said difficulty
today.
1, yes?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, I got a 14.
14. All right, so you've got this narrowed down, and it's either dirty.
Fuck or you.
Dirty hookers work all year, or your other option is big bears tell no tales.
No, it's never that one.
I'm just gonna look out the back at Steph and I'm like, hey, it's dirty hookers work all years, right?
He's gonna shrug. I don't know. I don't come out this way.
What we should do is have somebody say both of them. Like one person says one, the other person says the other. They'll just be like, they're drunk.
We could try that.
Mika's actually gonna kind of pitch this and be like, I mean, really, you gotta figure that they're not gonna be completely sharp on their toes, right? If we just look like a bunch of drunk spirals, like yelling passwords out, what are they gonna do? Maybe
Shoot
radio in and
us?
call us jerks. Well, then I suggest you drive comfortably.
Like, okay, so all right, somebody yell the other one that I don't remember about bears. I'm sorry, what was it?
Big bears tell no lies? That was
Bears
it,
tell
right?
no tales.
Was that it?
I think it was Tell No Tales.
You're the one that needs to remember it, so they wouldn't
Crap.
remember it because you haven't told it to them yet.
Yeah, no, I was asking you.
Yeah,
I was asking you
yeah.
what it was.
Yeah, I thought you were
Okay.
asking them, and I'm like sitting there going,
No,
they
no.
won't know. They didn't hear the voice
No,
in your
no,
head.
no. I'm trying to ask the game master and seeing if I'm getting away with that or if I'm being told that now I have to remember it.
Oh, I will say if you say it wrong, we'll hold you to it. But it was Big Bears Tell No Tales.
Okay, I'm just like, hey, somebody yell. Okay, hold up. Miko.
Somebody yell, okay, hold up. You heard Amelia.
Okay, hold on. No, stop. Forget everything I said up to this point.
Collaborate and listen.
Ice is back with a brand new invention.
Yes.
Yeah, I have to stop because I will do the whole thing.
Don't. No. Okay.
So I guess the answer to will it ever stop in this case is yes.
Yes.
But if we turn out the lights, Miko glows. Ouch. I've got to pull out of this. I'm sorry. All right. It's
Call
like
it that 90s hip hop, like, whole it's going back.
with my rag top down so my hair can flow. Okay, Miko. I'm about to yell a thing, and when I start yelling, I want you to yell, "Big bears tell no tales."
This is the most dangerous job I've ever been given.
It legitimately might be.
She will salute. It's probably not a salute you recognize, but it happened.
I'm just gonna kind of look out and just like full disclosure here, Dr. Stefan. I don't remember exactly what this is, so we're gonna try a little gamble here.
All right, his eyes suddenly like blink rapidly, and he clicks in concern.
Just like, yeah, that's the correct reaction.
Okay, do I keep driving, Amelia?
Right now, you will drive into a barricade if you do that. Which
was-
may become necessary.
Street.
Which may become necessary in about 14 seconds.
Find out.
Okay, ready?
Uh-huh.
I was gonna lean out and yell, "Dirty hookers work all year."
Mika's be like, no, it's Big Bears tell no tales.
There is a flickering ahead of you as a ONR suit reveals its user briefly. A large, statuesque looking badger lady looks over at you and grits her teeth. She levels her shotgun in the direction of the front seat.
No, I don't think it was the hooker one.
I'm gonna open the door and step out and just like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
One password now.
Because I don't think it was the hooker one. I don't think that was it.
I just like taking a step forward, like standing like as tall as I can, just like oh, like I got fucking time for this. By the looks of it right now, I'm thinking it's the dirty hookers one.
And roll for initiative.
Damn it!
Oh no.
I don't wanna. Roll D10. 5.
I tried, guys.
So how sturdy does this barricade look, by the way?
It's actually pretty sturdy, but if you get over to the little junction box, you
Ooh.
could make it go.
I rolled bad.
Wow.
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 Wow!
Wow.
All right. Also, Amelia, since you're out of the truck, we should move you out of the truck.
What
You-
the fuck?
you did step
oh,
out.
Americans,
Yeah.
that's right. I was like, I'm on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Oh.
Here, I will add you guys so you're in the admits.
Oh,
At
Very
the- at-
obviously, you are on the right side.
But
Why
also,
am I
I would like to
passing
point
this?
out at the start of combat, Stefan is going to look over the truck at the guy and go, "Fuck you!" Oh, Stefan wants to go first.
No. Oh, that's Stefan. Okay, that's fine.
Alright.
I had Okay, never mind.
I had a 3. The most amazing of 3s.
Oh no. No, I'm not doing that. No.
Alright.
2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, at least we can collaborate.
Alright. Well, Stefan gets to go first. He is going to casually let go of the baby into
Oh, no.
Zuri's hands.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then he is going to leap up over the truck. And he's gonna tongue wrangle that asshole. 'Cause,
Why?
Are we still within the guidelines of Twitch's standards and practices?
Alright, so for those unfortunately in the front of the truck, you'll suddenly see Stefan just kind of leap up with an ungangly grace that you had not seen Stefan use before, because he's usually very jerky and very rigid in how he moves. But he has sensed an immediate threat to his continued survival, and he is going to act upon it. So he is going to swing out with his tongue, and I don't have stats for this because we don't have stats for the Exonymph, so I'm just
That's
going to
true.
rule that he automatically hits. He's going to draw his opponent into his square.
Oh, Sam's gonna overpower her NPCs. That's
I'm just saying, Stefan's going to... Well, also, I happen to know that I have an entire party full of players who have not rested.
That's okay. I don't
yeah,
have any combat issues.
Yeah, I don't think any of us have used any readiness up. I'm actually
No.
fine.
You guys have used readiness because you had a previous fight. You hadn't gotten to rest since then.
I didn't use any.
Oh, you
I
didn't
have
use
3
any.
left.
Oh, nice.
I used one.
All right, fine. We'll BS some attack rolls for him then if you want.
You can have Stefan have his moment in the sun. I know you
I
want
mean,
him
yeah.
to.
No, it's fine. All right, so let me see. The stat, we'll have him do. Let's see. What
Nico's
weapon
gonna be
would
peeking
he-
at- he's gonna look over at the the tongue ringer thing and just peek over at Aaron. You know, that's actually a surprisingly common feature on blips.
Ah!
Oh, so we're gonna spend some dice and re-roll. Alright, that actually hits this guy, so he does draw him over into his square, and then he is going to spend the next 2 actions, I'm assuming, taking a full brain chew. Or next action,
Nico's gonna look
taking
at that
brain
one.
chew.
That's a less common feature in blips.
So he just kind of like snaps, and you hear this crunching sound, and the badger lady is of course screaming, and her shotgun has been dropped into the square that she was in.
What is happening?
Next person on the initiative is Ricardo.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Maybe
What?
this time I can actually kill him.
He
Alright.
denied you your killing blow last time.
Yes.
Alright, so he's gonna roll this plus that. Actually, plus
And then talk
that.
at us for the next hour.
And he's going to yell, they're attacking! And he's gonna attack. Does that hit Amelia
I don't
with a
recall
13?
that accent out of Ricardo.
Does he?
What was your question?
Does that hit you?
13. That's against my evade.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that very much hits me.
All right, cool.
Wait, she's currently in the set of the vehicle, right? Or is that actually not where she is?
No,
Where's she at?
she's outside.
Yeah, I thought I had moved here.
Yeah.
Like I had stepped out and taken a few steps toward that lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so
You can probably use the car as cover.
all right, let's see.
Can I use the car as cover?
Probably.
Probably
Right,
could,
nice.
but you weren't trying to do that before the combat started, so I probably wouldn't let
Fair
you
enough.
have it at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Start using the car as cover.
Basically, you were going out to act kind of big
You were
and
being
tough.
big.
You were being
Yeah.
big and tough. You weren't acting like you were trying to prevent damage to yourself at that particular.
Now is the
Moment
time when
in
you yape a
time.
bunch and jump behind something.
Now's the time when you go hit the button, so that way you guys can use the way to drive the car through, and then do that. But that is.
I don't want this to descend into a button pressing war. The guy jumps over to the other button and closes the gate. It's just shooting back and forth trying to get the gate open.
Okay. So that would be that. Alright, you take 13 points of damage if you take any of that, and then he is going to attack again.
13 does not exceed my resolve.
Alright, so
Enter.
he is attacking again. Does the 21 hit, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Alright, and then another 15 points of damage. Does the 28 get through to a wound?
Yeah, it sure does. That's 7 wounds, I think, or that's 1
No.
wound, right?
Yeah, it's 1 wound.
Yeah.
Okay.
So every time it crosses, it's a wound.
Yeah,
and then the
if-
count will continue until the turn ends. So if he gets a third attack, it will go on to it. But if he doesn't, then the count resets.
Yeah, and
Okay,
then
that's
what is your endure? Just out of
21.
21. Okay. All right, and then he is going to try to roll to get another attack because he might as well. It's 2d10, right? Or is it d10?
2 to 10.
Or is it 2d8? I forget.
No, it's 2 to 10.
All right, 2d10. And he gets it. And
Cool.
he will take another attack on Amelia. 17 will hit, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah.
And another. Ooh, shit.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Oh.
Ow. Ow.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wait.
that's on top of the 6 that you had remainder there. So it's probably just 1 wound.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think it bleeds into 3 wounds, but that hurt. But
Yeah.
yeah, he takes 3 shots at you, and then
And all of them hit, more or less.
that's the next guy's turn. He is going to shoot from hiding. I had you guys do a perception roll earlier to see if you guys spotted them. So I don't
Oh, is this not the guy that's currently being tongue grappled?
Nope.
Huh.
This is another guy. He is going to attack at Miko's butt.
Not my.
Now, if they're attacking from stealth, how does that work? Because I know Ali usually does this.
If it were the introductory attack for the combat, they would get the brutal like assassination shot, but the combat has begun.
Okay.
So they will get me at simplified attack and exploit.
Okay, so simplified attack and exploit. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have to think of what even simplified attack does because I can never remember.
The difficulty for ranged combat is 2. It just makes it 1.
Oh shit. Okay.
I would say no longer the minus evade.
Yeah, the -5 was too much for certain things.
All right. Does that hit Miko?
Yes.
All right. He is hitting that. That's 19 points of damage at Miko's butt.
Ow!
I think he can take another shot, but then he has to move and hide. Because I don't think the other...
No, as long as he's over 10 to 20 hectares away, depending on how he's built.
Yeah.
Only when he has a weapon with lurk, I think.
Yeah,
Is he- is he-
luck.
Yeah, is he using some kind of sniper rifle? Or?
He's not using a sniper rifle. He's got suppressor, I am assuming, on it.
Yeah, so that
gives you that.
grants it. Yeah, that gets it to it.
Yeah, so he's
So if he's outside of the range for it, then yeah,
he's outside of
still
the range,
stealth.
so he's fine. So he's gonna shoot again, misses, and he won't use a thing for it. Next guy, he's gonna come running out of the woodwork, because not all of them are trained for stealth. I mean, he's gonna come popping out of this box over here, and he is going to rush the car and slash at Aaron through the window. And Aaron, you can have partial cover for this. Because he's swiping at you with a melee weapon. And don't know.
Miss.
14 misses, and he gets one more attack, so he'll get another swing. 16 miss.
Miss.
All right, so he's swiping at you as he comes running
It's
in.
like, thank God I didn't put the seatbelt on.
This lady is totally gonna be dead, so I'm just gonna. Yeah, Stefan's gonna be busy for a while. He was eating somebody. All right, next guy. He's gonna move a bunch.
This is proceeding in a weird order compared to what I'm looking at.
Uh-huh.
Is it like backwards or something?
What do you...
I'm just trying to figure out what my turn order doesn't reflect the people who are actually acting.
It's because they're invisible.
Ah, okay.
He's gonna move to there.
Sammy is being sneaky and has them on the GM layer, so we don't see.
Yep, Aaron, your turn.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna move myself into an actual hex.
Mhm.
Start with. That's fine. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's fine. I just kind of put you guys in the car, and I figured you could figure out where you wanted to be.
Well, I'm going to. Oh wait, would I've gotten to attack back against that dude?
Did you have a
Wait,
weapon?
I'm
round?
not trained with the pistol as a thing.
Yeah, you needed a close combat.
Also, question: if you have a lightweight weapon which you can draw for free, and they come into your approaching hex thing, do you get to draw and shoot? Is that a doable thing for a threat response?
As
As you can draw as part of an action.
I believe it has to be equipped.
Already up. Okay.
Yeah, let me look. Let me see. Response. Yeah, as long as you have a ranged weapon equipped.
Okay, so it's got to be already equipped.
Yeah.
Cool deal. Right. In that case, well, I will use the lightweight property to quick draw the pistol.
Yep.
That's my freebie.
Mhm.
Then I guess I'm fucking in the truck.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just be shooting at him. That's complicated, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll hurt if it hits him, though.
Yeah.
Okay. What have I got for this? Save his age. Okay. Difficulty 2 becomes difficulty 3, so that's my mind is 3 right now. So it's evens, so that's 2d8 plus 4. I have both fearsome aim and sure shot, so basically the cover bonuses go
Yep, you hit him.
down.
Cool.
Yeah.
Must
I'll let you know.
So that's an auto wound, right?
Oh, that's right. The other guy had exploit on you, Miko. So I think you took another wound, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. So this guy auto takes a wound. Got it?
Do you still roll for damage, or is it just a flat wound?
No, you still roll.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
a wound on top of it.
I will tell you, he has an endure of 20.
Right, he'll be -2 because of the crucible.
Yep. So it's 18 right now.
Where is my
Oh,
gun?
a good thing to remember that. Yeah.
Let's go. There it is. 6 plus.
I'll just make this easy for you guys. Their endure is 20 on all of them because I made it easy for myself.
Alright, so essentially an 18.
Essentially an 18. Okay.
Alright, firing again.
So wait, is it actually an 18? Does he take 2 wounds or is it just 1 wound?
It just minuses. No, it's 16. It's just -2 endure for him, which is technically better than pluses. So it's a 16 so far.
Yeah, it doesn't take a wound from that one.
All
He
right,
takes the
because
extra
I thought
one.
you were saying it's
Yeah.
essentially an 18 because we were agreeing that he would take a wound.
No,
on
no.
any-
The endurance score is essentially an 18
Okay,
against all his shot.
so he's still
Yes.
2 off. That's a miss.
Okay. What's my initiative?
You're at -6 on the initiative roll. You might be able to make it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try 2d10 -6. Nope.
-6?
Yeah,
pistol.
because the pistols can fire quickly.
Yeah, pistols can do awesome.
That's my
I
turn.
remember that there was a minus, just I think it was that
Yeah.
much.
Well, it's -3 per shot that was already taken, so essentially -6.
Oh.
Alright, so then we are on to Amelia's turn. Amelia, you got
Okay.
shot at,
Makes sense.
and you're seeing like the most horrific thing ever that Stefan is doing, and you might be thinking to yourself there might be reasons no one wanted to hang out with Stefan.
I'm cool. That's far from the most horrific thing I've ever seen.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is immediately run right over here and start looking for controls.
Alright, you can get over there. There is a very simple lever system, and the lever is down right now, so probably if you pull it up, it might raise it.
I'm pulling it up,
Alright, so it will...
and then
I'm pulling it up. The alarm goes off, and 6 more doors open. Inside are 2 guards apiece, holding heavy weapons.
Alright, so you pull it up, and it starts to jankily move up, and probably at the beginning of the round it will be up.
and then I'm immediately grabbing the bottom of the lever and melting it off,
Okay,
so it can't. I'm trying to get it so that there's no leverage to throw it back in the opposite position.
alright, so I'm out of practice on these guys, so on the Age of Forms, is there anything in combat for using it to destroy property?
It would be a support action likely, because it's D-res as enzyme is essentially what it is. So.
Alright. So it basically is a support action of you standing there and just melting it.
Yeah.
It's even better than D-res enzyme, really, isn't it? Because it'd melt things that weren't printed, I'm assuming.
Mm.
So yeah,
Well, let's treat this as player-controlled welding and D-res enzyme. So yeah, it probably could melt things that weren't set on it, but it doesn't have that mechanically in its
yeah.
thing.
Well,
for
but
it,
I'm just gonna assume it could. So because I wouldn't say necessarily that this is completely all because it's all hodgepodged with what they've had, but you start melting it away, and you can do damage to it to keep the lever from moving. You can even weld it into place if you want.
Yes, that's what I want to do.
All right, you're welding it so it's stuck in the up position.
Yep.
All right, so you've got the little bit, and the handle part is just gonna melt right off, and you'll do a full support action doing that. So it
And
starts
then,
raising up.
Yeah, while I'm doing that, I'm just like, get that fucker off, Aaron. We're getting out of here.
All right, Miko.
I am perturbed at my butt wound. She is gonna to jump upright and try to look around and see if she can spot where the butt wound came from.
All right, give me a body perceive. We'll say difficulty 2.
Aha!
Cool. That is good enough that you will see this guy. Not that guy.
Was it this one over here?
You will see
Okay.
this one. And you won't see that one. I rolled their stealths earlier when I was doing stuff, so I'd have that already. And that guy's already out. So yeah, you see those 2 extras that you had not seen. You did not roll high enough to see the last one.
Okay. We got Stefan in front of the vehicle. Yes.
Mhm.
Is he on it or in front of it?
He landed in front of it, and he dragged the person over, and now he's kind of just sitting there holding this limp body. That there's like this big noise going on, and the tongue is like undulating and doing something, and it's a very not so pretty process of what he's working on right now. But he's holding the body up kind of like a nice little shield.
Okay. Well, if he's in front and Amelia's not currently in the car, we can't quite take off. So I'm just debating whether or not I should be jumping out of this car or staying in it.
That is a choice. At the very
Hop onto
least-
the roof and bite that guy's face.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I
jump
guess
up.
I could do that.
Yeah. See, to
Oh.
climb on the roof over Aaron.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Hang on a second. Let me look. Yeah, it's not optional. Because I will start electrifying the vehicle. She's gonna get up and spot these other guys, and little zappies are gonna start appearing as she.
Well, I mean, at the
starts
very
arcing
least,
between her teeth.
You heard Amelia say, "Get that guy off the vehicle, so we can get going." So if you go help get the guy off the vehicle, you guys could probably get going. So it's not like you're immediately in a point where at the beginning of the round you're all going to be going anyway.
Oh, I know what I can do. She's gonna hop up on the top here. And do I have a reasonable sight line to dude on the bottom? Can I see his head basically?
Yeah, you can see his head.
She is going
give him partial
to
cover.
pop the shield off her back and flick it and slam it into him, and I'll see if I'll knock him away from the car.
Alright.
Disc.
Stretch dog.
Stretch dog, go stretch.
I'm throwing it.
Slinky.
Should be throwing use throw wheels as attack action. He is within difficulty 1 range, so I will check it at him. Roll. Scatters an impact like a throw no match. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get it, but that's alright. I've only used 1 action so far. Alright, so she goes throw, athletics at difficulty 1. D8 plus D10. And my athletic score is hiding. There it is, 2. I still have a boon on this. Boom! And we'll hit.
Alright, that will hit.
Sledge disc will knock him back D3.
Alright.
2. Away from the vehicle.
Which way does it go? Does he go up?
It goes
or does
away
go
from
down?
me. I checked him,
So this
but
way?
yeah, it go like that way.
That
Yeah,
way?
Probably, yeah.
yeah,
Alright,
about
so-
over there.
Alright.
And then the disc will actually scatter off the point of impact.
Oh no, your disc!
Yeah, it doesn't come back anymore. D6.
Your frisbee!
1. Oh, it scattered back though. That's cool. It lands on top of the car.
Alright. You wanna try and get it?
Yeah, I will.
Move
I
it,
got,
move
you
in
know,
front of
another
the
move
windshield
action.
in front
Yeah.
of Aaron and stand on top of it and get the thing. That'd be
Thank you, Fidget.
Oh, wait, I've got a butt that I could be using here. There,
Yeah,
I'll grab it
there
that
you
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got your frisbee
Alright.
back. And,
Yeah, she gets her frisbee back. She looks happy with it.
Alright.
Thanks, Fidget.
Alright.
I got you.
Alright, this guy's turn. He is still in his stealth. For
I
people who
really
aren't
wanted to
Nico.
bite him, but if I
So-
arc, I would literally hit every one of us. Not even Amelia will be safe from the
Alright.
electricity.
Zuri, does that hit you? I don't think a 14 hits you.
Let me check.
This is somebody in stealth.
That hits my evade exactly.
Oh, fucking.
Does she get a bit
Why?
of cover from the flatbed? Does it have raised walls, or
No, it
is
didn't have
literally
raised. That's
flat?
why everybo's been flying out of
Okay.
it.
Well, it's just exploited, Suri.
Eh. Zuri, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't even.
Tygon, what is it with you and just
19
being like?
plus a wound.
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh no.
Why do you? Why do you do this to Tygon?
Stop saying it. All right. They don't realize that somebody can see them, so they're gonna shoot at Miko's butt.
Oh.
17 hit.
No, not now that I know where they are.
All right, good. So that's a miss, and then they are going to move back into the shadows. There's what they're doing. All right, so Zuri, you're unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. Is there anything you have to do on your turn?
Not specifically.
Yeah, there's not a death check,
She's
right?
just
yeah.
down, yeah.
You're just
No.
down. I'm sorry, Zuri.
She's
Okay.
technically injured. You can roll for it.
Yeah, you want to roll for your injury?
Oh, cool.
Sure, yeah, why not?
I'm sorry.
Jesus, I can't fix people for like another 7 hours.
Does your
Well,
implant
don't crash
work
the
on
car.
bugs?
Probably not. I don't know.
Where's the table for that?
I want to say 144. Let me look.
Well, we know what
Why
you
do
said.
I-
so
No,
you
it's-
keep
it's lower
changing
than
the
that.
book.
Why am I the monster?
It is there. 166.
6.
Roll thyself a d12.
Oh, Zuri's dead.
Oh
Is it
my
good or
god.
bad? Oh,
Tygon, why?
What is a 12?
Fatal wounds.
Character
The character dies.
What?
It is the only option on the table that does that. The only one.
Oh my
Do you, want
god!
to use do you want to use a rescue, Tygon?
would you like to?
it's combat. I can't use a rescue.
No, you can.
can,
That,
you can.
that was removed when the rescues changed the definitions.
Yeah.
You can use it in
You can
combat.
would you like to use
Oh.
a rescue, or is Zuri really cursed?
But hang on, I'm checking. I don't think the injury table is risky. If you have rerolls, you can use it too. C12. Injury
I don't think
table.
Tygon has rerolls.
Yeah, I thought you had one though. Didn't you? Didn't you have one readiness left?
I do have readiness left, yeah.
Yeah, you have readiness. It's not the table doesn't have the risky tag on it. You can reroll.
Also, I may have one final out. I do have 2 doses of Ironhide.
Ah. Well, if Tygon rolls yet another 12.
Alright, are you
We'll
spending in readiness?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, I think that was probably a good thing to set it on.
Severe concussions.
Oh no, the hole in the back of your head opened up again.
Oh no. Alright, well we're gonna have a talk about that in a little bit. That's the thing. Alright, so man, jeez. Poor Zuri. Why is it I always pick on Zuri? God damn it. Alright, so
That you always pick on Zuri. You
Yeah,
monster.
I am a monster. I am a monster.
That's
There's
good,
gonna
that's
be
good
kind of a
trait for DM.
crazed look in Stefan's eyes as he's going to use Stefan Leap and come over here. And he is going to attempt to grab you, Amelia.
Grab me.
Yes.
I very
his
much
arms.
want him. I kind of want him not to do that.
Okay, so you're going to resist him grabbing you?
I'm gonna try to leap out of the way.
No, fuck you! Car!
Oh, he's trying to get you to the car.
Well, I mean, for all I know, he's trying to eat my brain, and I'm
Yeah,
using
I
that
mean,
sometimes.
based on
Yeah.
previous observations, I would be
Alright.
on board.
Oh,
he-
it's a very reasonable
Yeah.
response.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's going to waste a support action trying to grab you, which, you know, naturally you didn't want to go with him. But he's going
Well,
to...
I misunderstood his intentions.
I know,
thought he- my
he's
brain-
not a... I was saying, it's a natural instinct. He's not a really
Yeah.
personable guy, but he's going to use his last action to go over here. And
I
he's
will,
going to clamber
you know,
on the back.
Explain it to him later. He cannot eat my brain. I need that to destroy with drugs.
He didn't want your brain. There was nothing in it. So, yeah. Alright, so, Ricardo, Ignacio, Iglesias, Fernando.
It's not actually him, is it?
No, well, maybe. I
Okay.
don't know. It might
Just
be.
want to like my.
Alright, he's gonna start yelling God, I have to remember the nickname I made for you. Shit. No, it wasn't Scabies. That's the name that.
No, that's what
Fernando's
he's been calling me.
He's been calling you, and it's not Scabber either, because that's another name
No.
that he made up for you. They were calling you Thrift. He
Thrift,
goes,
that's what it was.
Fuck, it's Thrift! Tell the boss! And he's going to move up here, and he's going to take.
Was he saying that in a we should stop shooting sense, or a we should shoot more sense?
In a we should definitely shoot more sense. So he's
Oh, that's not the
he's
good
18
sense.
hit, Amelia. You'll have cover from the box, I'm assuming.
My evade is 11.
Oh.
Not that much cover.
Yeah. So he's gonna shoot at you with the rifle. Ow. But not enough of an
doesn't
ow.
kill it. Yeah, doesn't wonder.
Yeah, and then he moves, so he's only gonna take one other shot. That's a hit.
Is it a hit?
Yeah, at an
yeah.
11 it would be. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
jeez.
ow.
Yeah, that's still just one wound though, I think, right? No, you're at 21, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's.
Yeah, so that's a total of 2.
All right. So.
21 plus 17. That'll cross it twice.
So he moves and shoots. Horse guy.
I think that would have been 3 on any of us.
He is going to take some shots on Stefan, because Stefan can't see him. So that's unfortunate for Stefan. Oh, that's a hit on Stefan. That's a good hit on Stefan. Ow!
Oh, poor Stefan.
Stefan just took some pain. And he's going to shoot again on Stefan. Oh, that's a crit, isn't it?
Oh.
Is it?
No, it has to match the score to be a critical hit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got bit actually on the evade.
That's still not good for Stefan.
That did look pretty
Damn.
painful.
Your dice are hot tonight.
My dice are hot tonight. But yeah, some shots come out of the shadows, just from apparently like flickering wind, and start just tearing into Stefan. I don't know what the color of Exonymph blood is, but that gets sprayed over the top of the truck and onto Zuri and onto Miko, and yeah, that's going places.
You.
Uh,
Wait, I'm unconscious. Never mind.
Yeah, this guy got knocked back, and he's gonna roar, "You'll fucking die for this!" And he comes rushing back in. Like he's
Yeah,
a
get
badass.
20 shoot.
Yep, you get a shoot.
This is the first time I've done a threat response in a while. Are these complicated or?
No, it's a regular attack, and it just has the exploit property built into it.
Okay. Right. D8 plus D10 plus 5 because I forgot to factor in my pistols plus 1 last time.
Mhm.
Wow.
Oh no!
That's a miss.
Oh no!
That's a miss. All right, so he comes running in, and he starts trying to stab Stefan.
That's not allowed.
Stefan, why?
I don't know. He's gonna miss on the first one, and he's gonna miss on the second one. But he starts stabbing at Stefan because Stefan is sitting on the flatbed on the corner, nice and open to be seen, and the little child's inside a vehicle with a tiny window. So he's
Tiny windows.
tiny window. That person's still dead. This person is alive, and they have moved into a better position, so they are going to shoot at Amelia. 15 will hit Amelia.
Sure will.
16. That's not enough to do damage.
Nope.
They're gonna do another shot.
Ow.
Does this add to the previous?
Nah, it's per
No,
turn.
Just per turn.
Okay.
Per
Yeah,
turn.
you don't need to be
So
tracking past
you
turns.
took a wound from that, and then they're gonna do some moving.
Amelia is starting to look bad.
Yeah, they are moving over there. Yes, they don't want to be in the way when the car starts. And Aaron, your turn. There's a guy.
Now.
The
Aaron.
guy is stabbing at in the back at the people in the flatbed, not at you.
Well, very, very important question. Is that gate up?
The gate is up.
Okay, Amelia, you take my turn. Come
Yes.
get in the truck.
This is a good plan.
Okay, I'm gonna run. Just leap through the window.
Alright,
It doesn't
so
matter if it's
Amelia-
closed.
Amelia goes, well, I'm assuming you left the door open when you got out.
Probably.
Yeah, so you probably just left the door open. So you can fly
She
it
leaps
back
through
in.
the window of the open door. Ends up coming out.
Lands on the ground, gets back up, gets in
Alright,
the truck.
yeah.
Alright,
Ow,
so
my face.
are you gonna
Miko,
Is
do you feel comfortable staying on top of the truck, or would you like to take this turn and get into the truck?
since we have the turns in sequence, I'll get down. Yeah, she'll
Alright,
flop
so-
back in the back here.
Alright, so you guys are I will ask,
Is,
is Amelia buckling up as part of their support action on their turn?
Hell no. Is getting into the truck my full turn?
I'm
Actually,
gonna say
it
if
looked
you're
like
close,
one move.
it would be one move to get in. I would probably say it's a support to close the door. You have an action left.
Okay, well, instead of closing the door, then,
You want to take 2 actions instead?
instead of closing the door, I'm sticking my assault rifle out the window and shooting the jackass that's trying to stab people.
Okay, so you're gonna shoot over
Oh
Aaron's
God,
head.
you're leaning across me. And...
I mean, I'm just like shoving her head
All right,
down.
you are gonna be doing this. I'm gonna say at least at a complication because that's. I mean, you're going through a
Like-
window. I'm gonna give him cover. He's gonna have. I'm gonna give him like +4 to cover.
Okay, that seems fair.
It's fair. Go ahead, go. Because I mean, there's several issues that you're dealing with to shoot at him with a rifle through this. But go for it.
So that's
Just roll. I'm adding to his AC. Just roll.
what's
roll.
the difficulty then?
Difficulty's
Two.
2 when in combat. So.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to double check. So that is 10 plus.
The accuracy and your ranged combat score.
Shoot, I can't remember the accuracy on this machine. Give me just a second. Weapons and armor. Okay, so that's a 13.
That's a miss.
Dang it.
In the meantime, Aaron's in there going mop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mop.
Just
Also,
the future, we
Aaron,
can get
there
that
is
fixed.
this loud crack right behind
Yeah,
your head.
that's why we're going mop.
Mop.
And then I'm gonna flop back, and she just flops back into the seat, like holding
So
one of
just
her
this
many
big-
gunshot wounds.
Yeah.
Okay, Miko does the get
Yeah.
down.
I got down. I will perhaps get funky later. For now, I'm just gonna get down.
I'm just making this
And for my turn, full speed ahead, Semi.
full speed ahead. Okay, I would like a driving check.
Okay.
And we'll say difficulty 1. You've got somebody kind of, trying to do stuff along the side. You're gonna have to run over a dead body, and it's a tense situation. I should say difficulty 2, but I'm being kind.
Woo!
All right.
You
so
got it.
You got
You
it.
got it.
All right. So you guys go rolling forward into the night.
I feel it important to note that anybody who has a radio tuned to an open channel right now is hearing.
Yeah, all their radios are doing that right now. She's pulling away, and even Stefan's radio is probably doing it because you're doing it on like all frequencies. And Stefan just kind of like lulls his head in the back of the truck as you guys are starting to drive away, and he is going to collapse.
Mika's gonna look at the 2 passed out people in the back of the flatbed and debate whether or not she should really tell anybody about this. Well, I think they might be busy enough up front. I got this. How hard could it be?
Miko's at
Technically-
the back, pouring at the water, going, "Baby shark."
Yeah, there's also that. Baby Shark is now just resting on the
so
flatbed.
I'm gonna swirl that around with the tail and see if we can kind of figure out.
Are you
here.
basically just doing a big swirly with the baby, just like screw supporting it properly? It's just gonna go in circles. Little whirlwind for baby. At least it's still breathing, right?
Just you gotta prioritize here. I got 1 perk with an auto dock on it. I got 2 people that need it. I guess I can roll Stefan out of it. No, he knows where we're going. Oh, hey! And she's gonna stick her head in. Hey, is your passenger like ready to do Heelys again? Huh? You got Heelys?
He's talking to Aaron while Aaron's driving.
Well, you see, the rules have changed, so I don't know how many charges I actually have.
I'm also driving, and there's apparently fake police.
Yeah, why have we suddenly gone like?
I don't know.
70s
I
pop
don't.
show?
I like the 70s music, but I don't care.
Stop.
Yeah, I'm
Anything
not
with Waka
complaining.
Chewaka, it's all right with me.
Yeah, it's got
So, yeah, I generally have to ask, what is my healing situation?
Yeah, what is?
Well, she's only got 4 charges now, as opposed to the previous one. They do a dice roll for restore, so you get 1 charge back every 5 hours. So were her charges depleted or not?
They would have been from everything
Okay,
she
so
did previously. So,
You're still 2 hours away from having.
well, you guys are like 3
Heals
hours
back.
into a trip, so yeah, I'll say you're about 2 hours away from getting it all back.
Yeah, mysteriously, I no longer feel the same healing capability I once had. So,
That'll happen. You're getting used to it. That's all. She's, okay. Well, I got,
Wait,
2 people
why?
kind of bleeding out.
Two?
Nothing. No. Well, 1.5. Listen, I got it. It's no problem.
look, mate, don't do anything bad.
Me? She'll close the door.
I'm surprised Miko's not going. So how attached are we to the doctor?
Yeah, I know you're bleeding, but can you peek back there?
She's gonna open the window again right as Amelia's peeking back and basically run her face into her. Oh, hi! Yeah, fresh. Listen, so how many drugs you got?
So,
Uh,
oh yeah, there you go. I was worried you were muted or something.
No, I was like looking back, like what?
I'm weighing my options right now.
Heal the doctor!
No, narcotic. See, I don't really know what the perks auto doc is gonna work on him.
I was just like, what? My perks? I got like 2 iron hinds.
Oh, that'll work. That'll work on somebody. Here, give me that.
I just like turn around and look at you narrow-eyed, and then real slowly hand it to you.
She huffs them both. Thanks. That makes me feel much better. No, I'm kidding.
Woo, now I see the appeal.
She's gonna put it against the mouth of let's say I'm gonna go with Zur. No, Zur is the one more likely to be healed by the auto doc. She's gonna put it against the doctor on there, and like he's not. Hang on, I got this. And then she's gonna zap him.
Alright.
I'm sorry, what?
Are you gonna what?
Well, I mean, he's not breathing on account of he's already like been dropped. So I need to get him to take a breath. So I'm gonna jolt him a little bit.
Now, when you say zap,
You say zap. Do you...
I mean, a little zap, like enough to get him to take a breath.
Alright, and you're making what precautions for the fact that you have your tail in the water with the baby shark?
It's a very little zap.
It's a very little shark.
I swear, if Baby Shark dies, I'm just driving this straight into a building.
She'll take the tail out.
You have my support.
It's very close though.
Yeah, there's a
pulls
brief
it up
moment where
a
you
bit.
see this look in her eyes, and she goes, "Oh wait, I should remove the tail. They might
she
be."
looks
angry."
over at that, waves a pot, and I saw what you did there.
All right, so you're gonna give him a shot.
She's
A
he's
shock?
trying to get him to huff this thing.
All right. He will suddenly jerk, and for a brief moment, his whole body becomes very animated and very kind of feral looking, and that tongue whips out suddenly, goes right past your head. And but he takes in the puff, and he starts to kind of raggedly start coming to again.
I'm a genius.
Fuck you.
All right, hang on, I got this other one. Yeah, no. All right, hang on, I got more doctoring to do here. She's gonna look over at the Autodoc. Okay, so there's a button for this. I'm sure there's a button for this. All right, now this is the time when the party finds out that Nico actually has a fault in engineering.
Oh, no.
But a boon and operate, which is what I need. So.
Ah.
Quick use, not long use.
Use not like use.
Recovery, perk Autodoc, might exert and operate. This shouldn't be too bad. I don't really have much going for it, but we'll give it a shot. All right, here we go. Difficulty 2. My mind is... I believe it 2. Oop. Might not be. Just a second. It minimized on me. There should be. Yeah, why isn't that registering?
Huh?
I think it might have just found a glitch in our little auto sheet. Let me check it and see if it updated. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, I just... For some reason I had forgotten to check the first box, but I checked the second box.
Well done.
So, it was registering me as 1, even though I had a 2 and a... So, yeah, 2. Eight, succeeding on 10. I hope this works.
Yeah, always let Sam have extra problems with it. Okay, so you somehow can't push a button.
It's a complicated button with many different dials that are attached to it,
It's
right?
basically you have to defeat a Simon game before you
I'm
can
gonna
actually
die
have to do
after
this.
all, aren't I?
Alright, so Stefan's slowly kind of getting control of himself, and he starts kind of batting at Nico. No, pretty, no. Too pretty, don't, no. Turn lights off. Oh,
Pretty,
so
but
bright.
no.
No, and he will attempt to do it for you.
I swear I used to be good at this. Oh, wait a minute, I should have used that. Oh, well, too late.
Alright, well he's much better at that
Yeah,
than
it's
you
just-
were. Because, yeah, he's versed. So he will set up the auto dock and start doing that. Because that's what you apparently wanted to do, and he's just gonna do it because he's not in the mood to fight. He's clinging on at that I'm not quite dead yet mode.
Alright, you get D6 wins back.
Yeah, roll d6 there, Tygon. Missouri.
No, Sam roll it. Sam roll
Oh.
high.
Alright!
Missouri's gonna roll a 1.
Yeah, but Sam's rolling for Tygon, so I think.
Alright, I'm rolling for Tygon!
I'll
Not
take
bad.
that. I'll take that. Now Tygon roll it just to see what would have happened.
Yeah, just to see, Tygon. Let's see. I'll let you pick which dice you keep.
This is why Sam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so... Alright, so Zuri, you're gonna wake up and there is a very battered looking... whatever the hell Stefan is. With kind of... What color blood does Exodus have? Do they have red blood? Or they have black
Purple.
blood? Or what is it?
It's purpley.
Purpley? His purpley
Yeah,
ichor.
blackish
that's-
purple.
Blackish purple ichor that's kind of draining all over on Stefan. It looks like he took some pretty nasty shots to the chest. And Miko, I'm assuming, has a little bit of blood as well. And they both seem to be kind of looking at you as this little progenitus perk finishes doing its job and goes bing 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 as it finishes.
I love
The
it.
Nokia ringtone?
I know! Hey, this is like however many years in the past old crap.
Listen, Nokia are very enduring.
They are. So
That is true.
So it does that, and it kind of ceases, and you kind of see, like, there's, like, almost a sad look on Stefan's face as the thing stops, and he goes, those are so hard to find.
What happened? Oh, I think something hit me. What happened?
It hit you till you stopped moving. I think it hit me till I stopped moving. Pretty blip make us better, though. Think pretty blip.
I am a hero. She's gonna look around trying to find out where all the Waka Jawaka went. Did we get the Waka Jawaka back?
I'm gonna bring the Waka Waka back. Alright, so...
Zuri is looking at Miko like with a like what, for real expression, but then she says,
I mean, there were some slight complications to... Listen, you're better, aren't you?
Stefan kind of stiffens a bit and goes, pretty blip fix. We're fine now.
"Thank you."
And he's listening to the roar of the car, and Aaron and Amelia, you've been kind of hearing this kind of like stilted silence of Miko fervently working on them.
I'd like to point out, not only did I have an assault rifle fired right next to my head, I fired a crucible with explosive rounds at point blank as well. So I'm probably just hearing right now.
I actually like to
imagine
think that's why you delayed for so long, because you didn't know if everybody was in the car.
I feel like you've just been sitting there the whole time, like making little noises.
Yeah.
So that's what the
easy.
Waka Chuka Waka Watchka is he's coming from. This is Aaron. Alright, so Amelia, you're kind of hearing this interchange in the back, and Stefan kind of says to Miko, on the way back, let's take a long way around, maybe not go that way.
You know, I might have a place you could go.
I don't want to go to hell. Everyone invites me there.
No, I mean, that's kind of funny though. Funny. She's gonna do a science check to
Weird
see
bug.
if she can't figure out what she is looking at here because the blood color does not match up with what a blip should
Yeah,
have.
this does not actually match a blip, so anybody's
That's
seen
not
that.
even
And
blue
also,
blood.
you guys
Yeah.
have seen his actions. Anybody who wants to can take a science check or a medical check.
I don't believe there's any possibility that I would know anything about this.
You,
Oh wait,
you might not know what an exonymph is, but you might realize he might be a bioprobe or something.
there is a possibility. I used to work in a chop shop.
Oh, this is true.
I may have.
You might
Witness or
know
help
what
cut
blood
one
normally
anything.
looks like, right?
Well,
What's
I
the
mean, I
difficulty one on
definitely.
this?
Yeah,
For
go
science?
Well, science.
Difficulty?
I'm gonna say, for knowing exactly what he is, I would say it's gonna be difficulty 2. If you just want to realize he's not a vector, like of any type, it's gonna be difficulty 2.
I will try to figure out what he may be. So I'll take the 2 because I've got a boon and +1 in science.
Mhm.
So on an 8.
Yep.
Oh, son of a! It's not quite there.
Alright, Amelia, what was that on?
I did it at difficulty 2.
Alright, so you want to know what he is?
I do actually now. I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah, you do know what he is. This is actually all the horror stories you've ever heard of. I've just clicked in your head. He is that boogeyman. He is the weird insect monster with the tongues that kills people. You've heard stories of it because you understand. You know, normally these are stories that your mom told and her friends told their kids that there were these insect monsters that hunted and killed people that were out alone and ate their brains. And that they were always hunting everywhere and killing people, and they were these mindless beasts and whatever. Everything about those stories fits for Stefan, and he's an exonymph.
Oh my god, you're a pale owl.
Yep. He is the ultimate boogeyman that you had heard about as a child.
So this whole time, Amelia has just been like, ever since we left, she's just been in stony silence, just going over her weapons and just eyeing the streets
Uh-huh.
for any sign of trouble. And she is continuing that.
Okay, so you're making no sign that you know any different. And meanwhile, Miko, you're just puzzled. If you want, you can do the other check for just knowing he's not a blip.
Might be a bit obvious.
Yeah.
At this point.
Which, yeah, probably pretty
Nope.
obvious.
I have lost interest.
No, you've lost interest.
This is like
You're trying to explain away
his
maybe
business.
cosmetically somebody wanted to have special colored blood. And, man, that would have been expensive to make. It was just a lot of things you started thinking
It's gone
about.
completely down a different train of thought.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah, you know.
How would
Yeah.
you do
Something
that?
strange.
And then you're like, how would I do that? And then you were like, man, purple's a great color. What if I could make my blood purple?
I-
What if my eyes
Isn't-
were purple? Oh, my eyes are
What
purple.
is my blood purple? Better check my butt.
What if somebody drank so much hot cocoa?
Yeah, basically, your brain just keeps going places, and you're out of that. You guys continue driving. I want one last driving check from Aaron.
Come on, crash.
Come on, don't crash.
What difficulty?
We'll say difficulty 1.
Okay.
4.
Nice.
There we go.
All right. You stop as you reach kind of like a rubble field where the roads all seem to stop. It seems like it was like a man-made deterrent to keep people from bringing vehicles any further up. It looks like you could get over it if you had some machine or something that could get you past it, but it's kind of like almost a impasse that stops that.
Or a pot and a small pickaxe.
And in the back
That
you
was a
can hear.
getting over it joke.
I know that was a joke. In the back, you can hear your dear friend who's got magic blood. Stefan, go. We have to walk rest of way.
Aaron rubs his head and turns the truck off. He looks back through the window. Are we capable of this?
Not far. I do. You stay.
No.
Trust Stefan.
Following.
Trust Stefan, but worried about Stefan.
You don't look good.
Fuck you!
No, I mean you look hurt.
I'm gonna come with you.
Stefan, pretty blip. He will offer the bowl to Aaron, and
Aaron
he
will take
he will heft the lady shark. He does seem like he's struggling a little bit more with it, which is much easier for him to do when he was feeling better before he got the shit shot out of him.
Wait, question: how long did that journey take us?
That only took about probably a half hour for that last bit.
God damn it.
So it wasn't that long. Sorry. So he's
I'm
gonna
gonna take a look around while we're here to see if we're like far enough away from people that this might be like a camping area.
All right, give a body
Hey.
body perceived difficulty.
I am.
one. Tell John hi.
Sam says hi.
Alright, so body perceived difficulty 1 if you're kind of looking for a nice little area to camp. You can find a place nearby that looks like part of a collapsed building, and you could have a small place for you guys to kind of hold up in there for a bit, at least shelter from the rain.
But I didn't want to make a whole bunch of noise while you're on the.
And then Amelia, you don't really come up with too much. You're just kind of staring at this great expanse that you've heard about it your whole life. I mean, this is where your dad disappeared off to, is up this way, right? And
Yeah.
you kind of it kind of pulls your attention away, so you don't quite think to go, I should look for a place to hide. Miko has meanwhile found the perfect rubble hubble.
I found a spot that we can maybe hole up in for a little bit.
I take, you stay. If they shoot me. Not shoot you.
Not sure anybody. Hopefully.
But if they do, yeah, you.
Ah!
Ah!
Sorry about that.
Ah!
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 Okay. The
Oh.
I don't know what that was. The foremost.
It's my stove. Sorry.
All right. The foremost Stefan kind of moves a little jankily forward, carrying the shark, and he looks over at Aaron, and he goes, "Pretty blip stay. Stefan, go. Come back."
No. Miko's staying. If that's what you mean. I'm coming with you.
Like, I'm gonna go. Why don't you stay here with Miko and Zuri?
Aaron's actually going to eye Amelia with a little bit of mistrust. He goes, "No, I'm gonna make sure that the shark's safe and he's safe." And
One of the smaller arms of Stefan will actually squeeze your shoulder lightly, and he goes, "Strong boy, stay here. Stefan back, teach you."
Oh, wait a minute.
Aaron's eyes light up a bit.
There we go, my cat's perception.
To be fair, Stefan actually doesn't know gender, so he has a struggle.
Nika's just shaking her head. Poor confused bug man.
Poor Aaron, straightens his shoulders, going, "I'm coming."
Oh,
I'm,
fine. Let's all just go. I'll go too. It's not like the building's gonna move.
I'm just kind of like kneeling down, so I'm eye to eye with Aaron,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, you
Stefan's
are
not.
going with the IRPF drop, and we can't risk these progenitus screws recognizing what you are and snatching you up.
Well, Maybe the just can call it up here.
I'm gonna make sure that this goes right.
Zuri is kind of pulling herself to slide off the flatbed, going, and you are not carrying that ball, Miss Acid Hands.
It's like,
Her
no, I'll
glass
carry
is
it.
acid proof.
Me and Nurse go. You stay. Keep Apprentice safe. He points over at Aaron, and then he stiffens up. Other payment, Apprentice. He starts kind of walking forward, backing the
Miko has
shark.
realized that she has not been invited to go or stay, and is just gonna go kind of saunter back to the building and be like, fine, well, Miko's gonna go sit over here, and I guess meek to herself.
Aaron's
Well, you
gonna
can't do the bowl, so that's all he needs is someone to do that.
Aaron's gonna scowl a bit before handing the bowl off to Zuri. Okay, you go with him.
It was like, Zuri, what's the kind of danger you might be in this situation?
In this situation, the biggest danger, I think, would be them trying to fix me.
You're laughing as he's continuing walking forward, backing the shark.
Like, alright, well,
Do we just not want to split up? Is this what this is?
I mean, that is valid.
Zuri
You guys don't want to split up.
Zuri is following
It's like-
the Dr. Bug.
and it was like, what this is, I'm the one I trust to see this last bit to the end, and I kind of want to have a conversation with the good doctor here.
As long as that conversation stays nice and he doesn't get, a bullet for it.
Because that might jeopardize previously laid plans to get certain people surrendered to the IRPF, if you know what I mean.
I'm assuming he's out of earshot as this conversation
That's what Aaron's saying.
Aaron wants to find a vantage point to try and watch them with the binoculars.
Oh, if only there was half a building.
Give me a body perceive. We'll see if you can find a good spot.
Difficulty?
Difficulty 0.
Hey.
I will give it to you because of the fact that Miko did an amazing job finding a great place to hang out in. And you did
that's
not roll very
terrible.
well at all, so that's on you.
First roll. Oh, for God's sake.
Do you have a boon or no? You don't. No.
Nope.
You can't. Can't get up the building. Can't. If only somebody could boost you. But you see a great spot, you just can't get to it. But you can't find another spot that you can climb up into easily. But you found a great spot. If only you could reach it.
Amelia?
Yeah,
Can you give me a boost?
yeah, sure.
She leaves.
I just turn around,
Oh, that was
I was
cruel.
like, I just turn around and give a thumbs up and say, "You're doing great." And then
How is it to run people?
You could always ask Miko who can climb buildings.
no, I'm joking. I'll do.
No, I like to think that you do that and then you actually come around and help.
Yeah, I walk around the corner and then I come back smiling. I got jokes too.
Very funny.
Alright, so you get up there and you can watch. Zuri, you and Stefan kind of walk through this wasteland of refuse and things like that. You can see it's kind of well worn with big heavy tracks, because usually tracked vehicles seem to go this way. But he soon leads you to an area where it's kind of flattened out. There's big, smooth, whatever is the futuristic cement has made like a courtyard. And there it is laid out a kind of like a pavilion with a bit of a cover, so the rain is kind of, because it's always like nearly perpetually raining down there. Which I should play my rain music since we're out of driving.
You did real quick. You did catch that I'm going to. Like, I'm not letting them.
Oh, I didn't catch that. I thought you were staying back.
No, I'm 100% going.
Oh, okay. So then you weren't there to help Aaron up.
Oh.
Because Aaron
Oh,
stayed
okay.
back.
Before they left.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Oh, you're helping before they left. Okay, so Amelia, you're kind of trailing behind them as they get to this big pavilion. You've never seen this before, but it's really well lit. There are these strange apparatuses like beds that are kind of laid out.
I have to change what I'm doing slightly then.
Yeah, because I misunderstood, so I understand.
Yeah, if Amelia is then heading off, Erin will actually look over at Miko and go, "Shh, come on," and we'll try to stealth after them.
Alright, so everyone's going in their own way. So stealth rolls from the stealthers that are following. I'm assuming Miko's just like, so I'm just here! Following the
Also, I'm
rest.
getting a lot of echo from
Somebody.
somebody.
I'll mute.
Maybe Sam?
I don't know.
Was it me?
I
Is
think
it
might be.
me?
Who's using an open mic?
Oh shit! But was my mic open?
I think so, because we're getting
I mean, we've
echo
been
off of
hearing
somebody.
clattering and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's you.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Is it still doing it?
No,
No, it doesn't seem to be
Doesn't sound
echoing now.
like
Weird. I wonder what happened there.
I
Oh.
don't know.
Anyway,
game was
so
Stealthy stealth.
so roll your stealthy stealth.
Alright, double simplify. Oh, yes. Still getting echo.
It's probably me then. Sorry.
Four.
I was
got a
gonna
boom.
say I had muted my mic.
Well,
Huh,
I've been muted and I've still been hearing it, so it's not me.
Yeah. Alright.
no.
Target 10.
Target 10? Okay, yeah, you do stealth. You stealth good, stealth. I don't actually know if they'll see you. So you're stealthing behind. I'm assuming you're stealthing Miko with you. You're just like
Yes.
stealthy.
Yeah,
So
she is falling a little bit, but like, Aaron, what are we doing? They're just
We're
dropping
making-
off the kid.
Making sure it all goes okay.
Well, what are we gonna do back here? I'm not gonna run out to Virginia Station. I'm wanted for murder.
Oh, that's why we're hiding.
alright.
Yeah, so what? We're just gonna watch it go wrong?
Alright,
No,
so
if it goes wrong, we're closer to do something about it.
Well, I guess if we watch it go wrong and we're closer to do something about it, then I can sit here from 10 feet away and watch them kill the child. Yeah.
No, we'll stop them.
alright,
Well,
so
you
as
enjoy
you get up
that.
to the things, Zuri and Amelia and Stefan get up, and Stefan's going to carefully lay the mom out on the whitish bed, and he starts hitting a little box and pulling things out and kind of attaching things to her, and you kind of see a little like nearly hologram monitor come up, and it starts monitoring her health, and then he's going to open his forearms at Zuri for the baby.
Zuri will hand the ball over.
Alright, and he will take the bowl with the baby in it and go over to one of the other places and set it down, and he starts pulling out things and attaching it, and immediately a red box appears and the letters emergency start flashing. Emergency dispatch, emergency dispatch. And it just starts popping up on screens all around the area, and a voice starts calling out, "Unauthorized personnel, leave the area. Emergency teams are dispatched. Hostiles will be taken down. Rescue teams are en route. Patients, please wait."
Miko's gonna look over and be like, "Do you want to like hop on this train? I mean, it is a ticket out of here."
No.
Stefan is going to give the baby one last water swish and look over at Amelia and Zuri before he starts hightailing it out of the pavilion.
I'm gonna chase after him,
Okay.
and by that I mean flee the premises.
You're gonna flee the premises. All right.
I'm gonna
and
flee the thing.
Zuri, are you gonna?
And I am following Stefan.
As you guys start heading back, I need Zuri to give me a resolve save at difficulty 3.
Okay.
If you fail, take 10 wounds.
All of your checks are complicated, by the way.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
But because of my background, my resolve saves are actually modified.
Oh, so it's just difficulty 3 still.
Just difficulty 3.
Just difficulty 3.
Just that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Just yeah, resolve. Weak after 2 mind scores. Okay. So
You're one below.
it is. One that should be correct. My mind scores are both 2. Nope.
Alright. Zuri,
Why do we let you roll?
as you are coming up behind Amelia and Stefan, it's a very strange feeling. It's almost like an out-of-body experience. You're aware of what's going on, but you have no input. You're aware as you unsling your rifle. You're aware as you set for the shot. And then you're muted, and I see you going, oh no. I need you to roll an attack on Stefan.
Can
Trying to deny Amelia her
can
glory.
I react to this, Emmy?
You can, actually, let's have you both roll in it. Because you would see from behind.
I did come out specifically to stop somebody from shooting.
And basically,
Stefan.
on your vision, Zuri, you're going to see the big red text of enemy and a big circle around his head.
Okay, give me one of your infamously low rolls, Tygon.
For initiative or what?
Yeah, roll initiative first.
This is where the 12 shows up.
This is where... Now, see, normally you could ask Tygon if you could have his turn, but he's not in control right now. Would you like to ask Alejandro?
Hey, Alejandro, can I have your turn?
Yes, sweetie, you may.
Oh, sweet, I'm shooting Tygon then.
Anything for my son.
Oh, hey, and this is from oh my, no. Ooh. Oh, okay, let's hope I missed then.
Yeah, so you're gonna see Zuri drop down, pulling the rifle, and start to aim, and then you're taking a pot shot.
Okay, simplified, so it's actually 2d10. So I'm in stealth. Okay, that is an execution shot.
Oh!
Wait, what?
It's the combat initiator from stealth.
Oh no!
Sure.
All right. So that is a shoot, and that's a hit. So I think you roll damage, or what does that do?
Yeah.
Well,
With the amount of hit points that Zuri, or the amount of wounds that Zuri had left over, I don't believe she can actually survive.
Zuri has like four wounds.
Right, she has
I'm-
4, but it's
I'm
the big
four.
shots from pure stealth are pretty
Yeah.
rough
Yeah.
when it's a
where
combat
is that?
initiator.
Let's see.
Let me check. I'll find it.
Sorry, Tygon. Alejandro knows that's a chop shop doctor and won't let it live.
I
Alejandro
can't understand that.
presentation in there.
Yeah.
Sit flat, have the explode power, launching attack from stealth. Summary execution, that's what I'm looking for. Just had to remember what it was called.
Which is a very heartening name.
Summation.
There we go. 3 plus d6 wounds. Yeah, you couldn't do a little enough to not
Oh.
drop.
Okay.
Well,
So
it's the
there-
minimum.
It's the
Correct,
minimum,
yeah.
but the thing is it's not a kill. It's just down.
Well, I mean, it's another injury, and if she rolls the same injury, yeah. it's
Don't
dead.
roll a d12.
Or a 7.
Yeah.
Don't roll it. Don't roll
Yeah.
a 7 now.
Yeah, don't roll
Me?
it. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
roll it.
Yeah, gotta roll a d12.
D12. Don't roll a 12 and don't roll a 7. Nice.
Okay, well,
that's
that's
good.
about the best you could have hoped for.
Yeah.
What was it?
It's not much. It's like a general hurt.
Genuinely just hurt. So basically, what happens is in like the flick of emotion, Amelia, you and Stefan are kind of walking stoically forward, and he's aware of you right behind him, and you hear this sudden like click noise from behind you, and then a shot goes off, which I think is just like a phew, because I think suppressor.
Yeah.
But you can kind of see well, I don't know if you can see, but you suddenly hear Zuri drop behind you. Because I don't think you even see where the shot came from, really, do you? Because she was stealthy.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
would
basically
suspect
Zuri
not,
just
if they were
suddenly
far
drops,
enough away,
and Stefan, not knowing anything that has happened or that his life was endangered, will rush to Zuri's aid.
I am.
And he will pick her up, and he looks around panically. We've got to go. Oh shit! They mean business.
Aaron will then stand up and wave over here.
Oh, is that the way to Helvel? Okay, run! They're shooting. And he's gonna take off at full blitz, running, packing Zuri.
Okay, so I've been in plenty of combat.
Yeah.
I imagine I have the situational awareness to notice that pistol is still smoking.
I don't know if they smoke in the future. That's something to ask the developer.
Yeah, I mean, there wouldn't be an initial just kind of visual of it, especially not with a can on it.
Yeah.
She's got a silencer.
Yeah.
So no, there's no vapor.
I mean, unless she's like waving the gun around, like I just shot this and now I'm waving it at you. Kind of thing.
Yeah, so there's not an immediate thing of you can tell that she made the shot, I assume. You could
Once
do
you get over, she
you-
does have her pistol out.
You could do a body perceive roll, and I would allow it at difficulty 2 to try and like gauge the fact that the shot came from ahead in that direction.
You should probably you should try and roll and beat my stealth score.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was basically gonna say. Is to do a body perceive, and we'll see if she can beat your stealth score, and then that
Alright,
would
one
be
second.
basically. Also, that creaking noise. Oh my god.
I apologize. What is the you said
Difficulty 2?
difficulty 2 for body perceive?
Body perceive, you gotta beat a 20, I think it is.
That's a
for
12.
Yeah.
Yeah, she rolled really high. I don't
Yeah.
think you're gonna
So
beat
yeah, you can't piece it together right now with what you have.
Okay, that's fine.
But Stefan's just immediately responding with panic and run because he's just assuming that Progenesis is here and we're gonna die, and he's gonna grab her and start running with her.
I will follow. I'm like now, bringing my weapon to low ready and just looking in every direction for any possible threat.
Aaron looks a little sick and is just staying silent as he runs alongside them, looking at Miko.
Also,
What just happened?
Miko is kind of looking forth between the bunch of them as she's trotting behind, but doesn't really say anything at the moment. She's just kind of swinging her head back and forth.
Doing Miko's weird movement.
Yeah.
You guys eventually will make your way back to the hovel, and he had offered his perk originally to Zuri. Was there another perk in the party, or was that the only perk?
I was trying to ask, like, I thought we picked up a few from those.
I'm pretty sure I gave you guys a couple perks, so I'm just wondering.
yeah,
what it is.
we had a couple from that warehouse heist.
I don't have one. I would have.
I don't think any of us put it on our sheet, because I don't know
Oh,
who
so
wanted to
basically,
take credit
you
for
guys found it in the warehouse, and no one took it.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably what it is.
We left it for
Oh,
the kiddies.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. There were many things in the warehouse that got left behind. So
Well, I mean, supposedly they were in the care of our benevolent, benefactor.
but Stefan starts fussing over Zuri. He's trying to support her head. He's trying to look at her various servos that are exposed from the earlier head wound and the other shot. And he seems like he's having issues. Can he make a medicine roll without a perk? I'm assuming he can, right?
Well, I mean, he can do it to just kind of like Yeah, it wouldn't really restore much though, because you need the tools to actually fix somebody.
Uh-huh. I mean, he technically has a toolkit
be
that's a medicine
engineering,
doctor
wouldn't
kit
it?
that I bought for him, so
Oh well,
that,
then yeah.
that would work. So he's gonna try and medicine this. He will do this at difficulty.
It's engineering on cogs.
Engineering, yeah, he's trained. He's gonna do this. He's got 3 ranks. He's gonna do it at difficulty 2, so that way he's 1 over.
Yep.
I think that's
So-
right.
Gonna spend an hour sort of hunkered down in our rubble.
Yeah. And then, no, he's gonna reroll that d10. And he's gonna reroll the d8, because, yeah.
Oh.
That's better. That would get it.
12, yeah.
Yeah, I'll get it. So he gets it. He can restore, at difficulty to 4 hit points, right? After an hour?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
he's gonna spend the next hour using his toolkit of medical stuff that I had bought for him, and he is doing very fine work, very carefully taking care of her, and he's very much acting like if this is the kind of behavior you expect, Miko, from a doctor in a hospital. And this is a lot more care than you've ever seen a chop shop doctor give Amelia. And Aaron, you've kind of seen. You've never seen this kind of work done because with your parents you were kind of still secluded. But he just kind of silently sits there and works, and he doesn't engage with anybody during this.
Well, towards the beginning of the hour, as he starts to working, Aaron's going to keep glancing at Zuri, Amelia, Miko, and sort of just gradually tearing up.
Well, I was gonna say right at the as he goes to work, as soon as Amelia's like, okay, he's got this, she's just like kind of slowly, she's like got her, weapon slung back over her back again, and she's just like slowly turning to Aaron, and just like kind of stalks over and grabs Aaron by the front of the shirt and just lifts him, and just like carries him against the wall. She's like, what the fuck were you doing out there?
I was making sure nothing bad happened to the shark, or and then Zuri was
and then Zuri got shot. Did you see what happened? Do you know what that would have done to you if it hit you?
It was me.
What? Just kind of
Zuri was aiming her rifle at you, both of you, Stefan and you. She was aiming towards you guys. She was going to shoot you.
just like letting down, just kind of just steps back.
I couldn't think of anything else to do. I thought I need to stop her before she hurt you. I don't know why she'd do that. Why did she do that?
Like, I don't know. But when she wakes up, she's gonna tell me. And just like turns around and walks back over and sits down and just starts watching him work.
He's just every once in a while, then, oh, fuck you! Oh, fuck you!
Do you want a logic or a science to try to figure out if the AI that Miko had watched during the whole chop shop?
You can
first
choose.
episode
I'll let
had
you choose,
infiltrated?
and I'll say difficulty 1 because you have a little bit more knowledge of the fact they were doing something to her with
And we'll science.
plug and play.
Let's roll. Mine is 2. 8 plus 1, and this is on a 10. God damn.
Nico, no! Nico, no!
Making a-
Try again after we've rested a bit. Maybe it'll be clearer tomorrow.
maybe it will.
Maybe
No,
clear
but
after
she's a little
tomorrow.
too tired tonight. So she's going to kind of yawn a little bit and say, well, I mean, this is where we are for now, so maybe it's time we all got a little rest.
Yes, sleep good. And he's gonna, like, pat the side of Zuri's face. Rest, pretty cock. Rest, rest. Wake in morning. And, Zuri's still out, but they've done as much as they can to get the wounds back, and he's gonna stretch, and there's like, it's the most obnoxious thing in the world, because when he stretches, he goes crack, 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 crack of each arm coming out, and then he just slowly like flexes his shoulders. There's all this cracking and bones of like, it's not
Just
bones,
seems
it's
so
like shit.
satisfying.
It does. It
Just
seems,
like, oh,
he seems like
lucky
he's
son of a bitch.
he seems like he's like completely like gets it all out, and then he stands up and walks over to the door, and he tussles Aaron's hair a little bit as he steps outside, but he kind of gives a long lingering look at Amelia as he goes out to look at the rain for a little bit.
Aaron's just gonna sit down, curl up a bit. Go whoa, 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 whoa.
No.
It's like, hey, you two.
Yes, Bono?
Yes, Bono? Bono's back left at the other base.
It's like, can you guys do me a favor?
What?
Like, keep an eye on her for a few
Aaron just-
minutes.
Nods.
What? Keep an eye on what? Zuri? I don't think she's gonna assassinate anybody in the middle of the night.
It's like, kid, why don't you tell her what you told me? I'm gonna get up and walk out after Stefan.
Pretty sure she saw she
Pretty
was there
sure,
with
I'm
me.
sure Miko saw everything. Stefan is outside with a lit death stick. I think that's what we call them in the setting, right?
Yeah.
I don't see why we wouldn't. It just seems like
Wanna buy
a
some death sticks?
sci-fi right there.
Yeah, he's got a lit death stick that he's holding off to the side, but you never see him actually take it up to his mouth. He just seems to like to hold it.
It's an affectation.
Mhm.
It
But,
just calms me to hold them.
Yes. Well, it might be he had, eaten some people that used to do this, and it makes him feel better. And he kind of glances over at you, and he doesn't say anything. He just kind of leans against the building.
Amelia has a weapon trained on him.
Mhm.
It's just like her rifle up, and just like,
Crack.
don't. We're
In
just
fairness,
gonna-
you're the third one today. I mean,
Yeah.
And it's like, don't move. We're just gonna have a conversation.
He's just gonna glance at you and kind of flick away the cigarette and goes, "Well, fuck you too."
It's like, yeah. No, I get it. It's like, you're a smart guy. You figured out what this is, right?
That's a gun.
Like, no, I mean the situation. This crew, me.
I know. He knew.
It's like, so you know that you weren't walking away from this, right? She just smiles.
His head kind of bobs for a second, and he goes, "I think you mean someone's going to get hurt."
Like, well, that had been the plan. So I want to ask you again what you plan on doing with this thing that I'm paying you with.
He kind of looks off into the rain, having that brooding moment like supervillains do. And he says, "I don't know. I want to take it apart, but you don't gonna give it to me."
It's like, I want you to make me a promise. Because this thing killed a friend of mine. So I want your word that you will take this apart piece by piece while it's alive and screaming, and it feels every part of that long goodbye. Is that something you can do?
He clicks his jaw a few times. "Yes, you sound like Thrift. They were right."
It's like, yeah, it's me.
"You betray everything. Your word not good.
I'm gonna lower my rifle and like flip the safety back on. It's like I didn't ask for my word.
He clicks his jaw and goes, "You're asking me to agree to something when you've already pulled a gun on me."
I'm just like you wanted. It's something you wanted to do anyway. I just want to feel better.
There are a lot of drugs for that. What would make you feel better, though? You hurt? You hurt others? You hurt child? What make Grand Officer Thrift happy? And he actually gives a mocking little bow at you.
Amelia just reaches into her backpack and pulls out the jar. Just walks over and holds it out to him.
He'll stare at it for a long moment, and one of his hands will slowly close around it, and he'll take it and he'll go, "I am a monster. What does
Like,
that
I
make
know what you are. Like, I know exactly what you are."
He clicks his jaws and he almost looks like he's nearly pleased that you know. We go back in the morning.
Like, you go back.
I go back now.
It's like, whenever you want.
He nods.
It's like, this is, it's like, you did right by us. This deal stands. He just kind of looks down. Like, I don't know what happened. I didn't tell her to make that
He
shot.
kind of half grins and he goes, "We got shot, fucked up. That's what happened."
Like, no, I mean with Zuri. I don't know why she took a shot at you.
Oh, I take shot at me. Maybe she taking shot at you.
It's like,
There's
maybe.
two monsters ahead of her. And he points between the two of you.
Like, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Like, yeah, yeah, you do whatever you gotta do.
He nods.
That's your pay. That's your payment. Probably deserve more. But I mean, you'd also deserve it if I put a bullet in your head. Like, but you know, who doesn't?
He just kind of stares at you as you're talking. It's kind of a very impassive face now. It's kind of regarding you, cold and calculating. It's not that same jovialness like he was giving scabies or scabby or everything else he was calling you when he thought you were some hot shot. And he's regarding you much more dignifiedly, if that was a term. He tucks the jar away in a in his bag, and then he makes over to the doorway and pokes his head in. "Hey, Pretty Blip."
Aaron looks between himself and Miko.
No, the girl.
Aaron looks between himself and Miko.
Aaron looks worriedly at Miko.
Yeah, Pretty Blip.
I'm asleep.
Wake up!
She's going to like jerk with a
He's
start.
gonna kind of go over and like slowly wake you up and pull your muzzle up to look at him, which that's a great thing to look at when you first wake up. Hey.
I have like quietly removed the safety.
Pretty Blip.
Oh, what did I miss? I trusted you guys to be alone for a few minutes, and this is what happens?
He gives you the most awkward kiss at the end of your nose with those little like mandible things.
Aw.
And he goes, "You and me, drinks. Sometime I pay."
Oh, okay.
Long
What do
night.
they consist of?
Alcohol.
Is it actually though?
Probably 100%. I don't know. We'll see what our stomachs can handle.
We get it from progenitors.
Wait,
Whatever
where are you
progenitus
going?
gives.
Are you leaving? We still need a doctor.
No, you'll be fine.
No, we won't. We literally fell over twice
he,
today.
he crouches over and gives Aaron, offers forearms to give Aaron a hug.
Aaron will look up at him still a bit,
He is a hideous,
Teary-eyed.
scary looking monster creature, right?
before Aaron gets up and hugs him anyway.
Wait, I was gonna talk to you about perhaps additional funding and positions beyond that which you currently hold.
I think I go. I go long way home. All right. You take truck. I must have got mugged. Lost keys. Crazy.
She's gonna look over at Amelia and just mouth, "What did you do? Good doctor. Why are we losing?"
And he will give Aaron a big hug, and he goes, "You'll be a great doctor someday. You come back, teach me thing, okay?
Okay.
We heal everybody down here, right?"
Yeah. If you get in any trouble or anything because of helping us, you can radio Miko, right?
Yeah. He holds up his radio, and goes, "What frequency?"
Like, do not tell him what frequency we're on.
Just yell about him.
Like Amelia's original going, "Do not tell him what frequency we're on." I go say fuck you on every channel, okay?
Okay. And actually, you might want to pick a better code because I hear that one a lot.
Oh, that's usually what I do. You sure it's not me?
Why are we dropping the oddly morally compassed doc here? We could be bringing them back.
I don't know. Why are you going?
I have work to do. I have things. It's safer for you and you. I see you sometime, okay?
And it's like, you know where we're going.
No, actually, I don't. I didn't.
No, I'm like looking at Aaron and Miko. I'm just like, you know where we're going. You know why he can't go. You want him to live, don't you?
Why can't he go?
Like, because he's a spiral chop doctor, and the Reclaimers will kill him.
Yes, I am bad monster man, and no one like. You be good. You listen to Thrift and do what Thrift says. And he emphasizes when he says Thrift, like he's like saying something at Amelia specifically.
Amelia is kind of like closes her eyes, like.
That's what those people that we killed called you.
She just kind of looks at the floor. It's like, yeah.
And he's gonna get up, and there's kind of that cracking noises, and he's going to toss a carton of the futuristic cigarette death sticks at Miko in case somehow she would like to partake, and then he heads out.
He gave me currency.
He did.
As he
He's
goes
a down
walking
payment
by.
for a better time later.
As he goes walking by, Amelia just like holds her elbow out to stop him and looks up. It's like, you want to know the answer to that question?
Stefan already forgot question.
He asked her what would make her happy.
Yeah. It's just the thing, you know. Yeah, he's basically going. Stefan already forgot question.
I was like, well, if you remember, it's nothing. Dude just kind of smiles and just walks past him into the room and sits down.
He says as he's at the doorway heading out. For me, it would be an orange. And then he continues walking.
I wished for $1 billion. And you,
Aaron is making a mental note of find an orange.
Yes.
Aaron's sentimental note. What is orange?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Find out what orange is,
It's
then
a
find
fruit.
orange.
Orange. Frauds.
Shots, you say? Shots with knowledge. It gets quiet as the rest of the night passes. He does leave you guys with the access of the vehicle as his lanky shape kind of disappears off into the rubble as he starts walking what the equivalent of several days' travel will probably be for him. 'Cause
Yeah, I
you guys-
mean, Aaron's actually fretting here. Like, guys, do you think he'll be alright?
Well, not particularly. We left 3 people alive at that stop. They all saw him.
Stefan!
It's like he's gonna be fine. He's too valuable.
Aaron's rushing out anyway.
I'm stopping Aaron. Like,
Oh, okay, you can try.
Oh no! This is the
You're not
attempt to
gonna hit
grab.
that evade.
I will try.
Too lanky.
What's the? It's difficulty 2.
He has always difficulty 2 with combat. In this case, it's grapple. Sorry, Tygon. They're fighting over your unconscious body. Alright, so you try to grab and your fingers just brush right over Aaron in the most creepy way, like face off. And
It's like a 14, I think.
I don't
Yeah,
think
no.
that. Yeah.
Not even close.
So yeah, so Aaron
I
just
didn't
slips
think
through
so.
your grasp and he takes off out into the rain. It's just pouring rain now.
Oh, it's
and-
raining now?
It's always raining.
Jesus Christ.
It's always raining
Okay,
outside.
running through the rain.
Stefan's walking away. Da 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 da. Da da.
Like, here, I'll make the rain a little bit louder. I had it really quiet, so. But yeah, it's raining, and you're running over the rubble after Stefan, who just keeps walking forward. He's not walking very fast, but he's just continuing forward. And you'll
Okay,
eventually
well,
catch up to him because you're fast.
Yeah.
He's also fast, but he's not trying to be. So you'll eventually, get in front of him or grab him or whatever, and he'll like, oh, what? I didn't take none of your stuff. Look, he opens up his bag and he starts showing you everything. See, no takes. She gave.
No,
and he holds
I know,
the jar.
I know
She
you
gave.
didn't take. What? You should come with us. Stop! Nobody's gonna kill you. That wouldn't happen. You can't walk home. It's so far. It's.
He clicks a few times. Give me a community exert communication. I'm assuming you're trying to sway him.
Yes.
So I'll let you try to sway him. We'll say difficulty 0. He actually does not dislike you. You're actually really interesting since you're a pretty blip and you have an implant he really wants to watch.
That's nothing. But you mentioned pretty, so does my appearance girly?
He actually does like them a little girly, so yes.
Okay, so +2 to that. 13.
Yeah, but there is the awkwardness that you're a child, but I'm sure that gets past it. Because you're a cute
Right.
child, so that works.
13.
Alright, so, he bends down and gives you a hug, and he goes, Aaron, though. Scary stories.
Yeah, I've had scary stories.
Your mom tell you scary stories. Bad things come, snatch people. Those stories.
Aaron nods.
Stefan's the bad things.
I really wanted to be like Aaron. Miko's the bad thing.
Stefan ate
What-
the bad man.
Wait, what do you mean? Like a kidnapper or a power man or something?
No,
Boogeyman?
no, the bug monsters. You've heard those? The Exos?
Yeah.
Stefan's one of those. Not safe.
Aaron looks Stefan up and down with confusion. Like,
No,
that
you're not.
feels
They're like
like-
13 feet tall, and they have crab claw pinchers.
but they're all like, grrr.
Stefan pretty grr. he puffs up a bit. Anyway. Not safe for you. Not safe for friends. Zuri right shoot me.
No, you were helping us. You were being nice. It wasn't right.
I can't go with you. Not safe. Okay?
At least let us drive you home then. I don't want you walking out here alone.
You shouldn't drive me home. It's dangerous that way for you.
We go the long way.
I'm going to find new home.
No, you can't even go back.
I don't want to go back there. Fuck them.
Poor Aaron looks distraught and lost for words.
You don't want me to go back there. I do bad things. I hurt people.
Well,
It's nice to see good people down here still. And he pats you lightly with one of his smaller arms. Not many left. They all leave. You make it
Aaron
better.
is going to fish about in his pockets before pulling out a little cred chip
Uh-huh.
and handing it to him. I know we gave you something valuable, but like it's not money, you know. So take this. Maybe
He will take it and press it lightly to his chest, and he goes, I will spend it on an orange someday. Okay?
okay.
You take care of pretty Blimp.
I will.
I think she likes me. He clicks one side of his eyes. Like he's trying to wink. Winky face?
And then Aaron digs through his little pockets again, pulls out his radio, and clicks dial. Go channel 127, okay?
127. Got it. And he puts his radio on it. You in trouble, you call. I walk moderately fast in your direction.
you too, okay?
Bono's not in my
Bono comes for
party.
you call her.
Yeah, he will give you another kind of squeeze hug, and then he will like stealthily like push you back in the direction of your party.
Aaron
Now go,
sniffles white.
now go, Amelia. Think I kidnap you. No one get shot.
Okay, you be safe. And Aaron, slowly steps back, gives a little wave before slinking back over to hide
Yeah.
away.
And he will continue off into the night. And you guys can rest unless you want to talk some more.
I just gave him 100 creds.
Oh my god, that's so much money.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the biggest orange. Alright, so it is, she,
Shit, sorry, I'm muted. Sorry. Amelia's just like gonna be sitting there on a rocks, just kind of sitting there staring at Zuri. For as long as she can, which probably won't be amazingly long,
but until you
because I
pass
imagine she's gonna hit
out,
the
exhaustion,
point where that,
long haul's gonna wear off.
yeah, that long haul wears off and she crashes.
Yeah.
So if somebody wanted to talk to her, she's there. If
Anybody
not,
who
then
wants
we
to
can
kind
move
of keep watch with binoculars or anything in the distance, you'll eventually see, well actually not too long after you guys got back there, you started seeing lights at the Progenitus pickup site. And then they immediately took off. And then occasionally there was kind of there's a beacon light that comes on every 15 minutes to let people know the location is there.
looking for binoculars. It's clear they've taken off the.
Yeah, they take
Shark.
the
And
shark and the
baby.
baby and they put them all on emergency things and run them out in basically what's a sci-fi ambulance. They seem very very attentive of Shark Baby, as that's like their #1 priority because that set off the alarms
Yeah.
of somebody in
Like,
danger.
oh shit, emergency, Jesus Christ, this is the wrong
Yeah.
situation for this. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, their automated system went, whoa there.
Eren sinks back in and sort of slouches down against the wall tiredly, looking at Miko and Emilia. We did the right thing, right? This... Yeah.
Just
That was the sound of Miko being asleep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Amelia just looks over her shoulders like, what?
Like all of this, right? It was a good thing, saving them and everything.
Kid gets to live, right?
Yeah.
Amelia just shrugs and looks away.
Eren opens his mouth as if like desperately trying to speak, to sort some complicated feelings out. As Media turns away and he just like looks crestfallen.
As Eren
And
finds
goes out
that
hugging his
there
knees.
is no adult to communicate with, or
Yep.
or anyone, and you're just left alone with your thoughts.
Yep.
All right. Well, the night passes and everyone is rested, and
Oh my
that
God,
includes healing
focus.
overnight
delicious.
and
Focus.
everything. Focus points are back. Readiness points are back.
Overnight healing, I believe, is D3.
Yeah, extra healing, everybody. We are going to do a quick 2-minute potty break because I figure everyone probably would want one right now. And then when we come back, we're going to deal with what Zuri went through while Zuri was unconscious. So,
Oh my God.
all right.
Yay.
So, yay! So, quick 2-minute break. Be right back.
BRB.
Let's see here. I should be actually probably fully healed when we wake up. Due to regeneration.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Good grief.
It's Seth's game hates my Lionesses, so I'm used to it by now.
Well, the good news is that I'm operating on giving you the player character treatment, which is talking about this. Because the NPC treatment would have been Amelia puts a bullet in their brain while they're passed out.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I want you to be around to keep playing. So how's your day been? Just in general.
Uneventful. Nothing really interesting or noteworthy happened.
Right on, right on.
It was a day. That is the most interesting thing I can say about it.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Hi.
Hey, Sammy.
Hello. I don't know why I'm putting it back to this scene with the truck, because it doesn't really matter. I gotta move Stefan off the picture. Goodbye, Stefan.
Bye, Stefan.
Goodbye, Shark. Goodbye,
Enjoy.
Mama Shark.
Do.
Enjoy possibly living, guys, right?
But by the way, thank you, Sammy.
Huh?
Back.
What did I do? Other than shoot you.
You didn't kill the baby shark.
I tried not to. I really did try not to, despite the driving. And everything else that could have happened. We didn't kill the baby shark, which is great.
I don't know if you tried not to, but you didn't try to.
Yeah, well, that's...
Those are similar.
I would have allowed situations to go if they had happened, and you guys were, willing for it to happen. It could have happened, but, we don't want the baby shark to die, I think, is a thing, so... Alright, is everybody back? I think Allie's still gone.
I'm here.
My mouth was full of pizza, so.
I want a mouthful of pizza.
Also, basically, my penny expression icon is me all night. Yeah. On the bright side, I don't have to ruin my voice talking like Stefan right now for a while.
That was a very interesting character.
Yeah, he's still out there. You never know. In fact, I'm writing down what channel it was. Allie said that she gonna communicate to him on. 127.
that was my favorite part of the whole scene.
What?
Oh, wait, do you have a radio? Do not tell him what channel we operate on.
Yeah, I like this Amelia immediately. We're not talking to him anymore after this.
This is like, I was assuming he was going back to the spirals, and I'm like, oh yes, please tell the Spiral Chop Doc the channel that we are operating on while stealing from the spirals.
Nice. Oh my god, I got the cutest thing. I'll have to share it. Where's my Discord? There's the Discord. There's the Discord. Svi will like this, or he won't.
That's super cute. Nice.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I got.
That is great.
Doesn't she look great?
Space Mouse.
Space Mouse forever. I could show people on stream, but I choose not to. Alright, you pulled my leg. I'll show it to the people on stream. By uploading it apparently onto Roll20, because apparently that's how I solved that problem. Oh my god, it became a giant image! Big space mouse. Oh,
Giant, tiny space baby mouse. Whoa!
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
I wasn't joking. I was saying, Jesus Christ, that's big. Of course, like, Roll20's like dying with it, because it's like, it doesn't understand what to do. I'm like, no, make it smaller. It's like, make it bigger? It's like, no, make it smaller. It's like, fit it on a hex grid? So yeah, cute picture of Vessel. Yay.
Pretty cute.
Alright. I've shown it off. And my dog
I
is happy.
return.
Mop, mop, mop.
The stream chat has been hysterical.
No, I
Like,
haven't. I actually
tonight.
haven't caught them tonight. I'm feeling kind of bad about
no,
it.
you're missing out. They got jokes tonight.
Oh, good. Good for them.
It's fantastic.
All right. So everybody's back. Come here, Buster. We're gonna give Zuri a little dream sequence because they've been kind of stuck unconscious for a while, and I feel bad for them. So we're gonna give them and by feeling bad for them, I'm gonna make it worse. Give me this. No, you don't.
Yeah,
need
I
to play.
was about to say, I
Purple dinosaur doesn't need to happen. Go.
Compared to the alternative, I think I'm okay being unconscious. This is good.
No, we're gonna have dream sequence now. This is great. Just look, special time with Sam. Sam's direct attention upon you. Nothing bad happens in this.
Right, I need to get my peanut giggles out of the way.
Oh my god.
Just like halfway through the night, like right about the time the focus restores, Miko's just gonna sit bolt up and be like, Zuri's possessed and stuff. It's the next one now.
Alright, Zuri. You're kind of getting these weird fragments of memory, dream, something like that. And the most cohesive one that you're aware of, there's giggling. Feminine giggling. No, hide! Shh! 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 Get under the bed! Get under the bed! And you feel yourself kind of lower yourself down, and you get very limited vision. And you see a set of boots head over to a door. Shh! And it's just, yes, honey. Okay, here. And the door opens, and there's another set of boots, and you start hearing an interchange going on. I told you, we are not wasting our money on that. Now, where the fuck's your bodyguard? I told them to be in here. Fucking hey, I'm gonna fucking fire them. Alright, get yourself dolled up. We got a press meeting in like an hour and a half, and you're not even dressed. Are you just running around in lingerie all day? Look, we got married for this business to work, and I don't want to be doing all the work here. So get your shit together, Rosie. And then the door slams. And the form of the white lioness kind of slinks to the ground with her back against the door, and she rolls her eyes at you as you start pulling yourself out. And she giggles a bit, and she mouths, JD is fucking pissed. And you see your hand kind of come out. It's a long, slender arm with differing spots on it that keep thrumming different colors, as it seems like your whole skin keeps changing as your cog suit is your cog chassis seems to be kind of cool LED lights like you have, but to a much wider extent, where the full color pattern is changing, and you start pulling her up. Then there is another flicker, and she's crying on the couch, and you start reaching for her. I don't even know him anymore. Why is he like this, Alexa? Why? And it's just a spiral of different disjointed things coming at you, and then you're standing there watching her as she's at a podium, wearing a white and gray uniform with the Progenitus logo on it. And it is with great honor that we go forward to unite this city and to purge the disease that lurks beneath. And I promise you that our corporation, and with the help of Progenitus, that this future can be here for everyone. And it flickers again. And then you're on a table. There's a man with a buzzsaw. It's coming up, and you can see the sparks flying as your chassis is being opened. You reach your hand up, a large clawed bare hand with dark metal along it. Not the arm you've been seeing before. It's something different. Reaches out trying to grasp at the doctor to stop them. And in the background you see a lanky insectile-like doctor as this vector starts to pull into you. And these images keep coming in rapid succession. Every once in a while, images of this white lioness, Rosie, that you kind of start piecing together a little bit, that Alejandro has a lot of focus on. And as morning comes, you wake up.
Tygon is the other woman.
What? Where? Wow! Oh, wow! Where am I? What happened? I'm gonna try to sit up.
Don't think anybody said they tied you up.
Nope.
So
Shoot, I meant to.
I never caught anybody doing that. So you sit up.
Aaron was too emotionally distraught to even think about it.
Am I the only one awake?
Everybody else probably wakes up at about the same time. I'll say, just to make it easy.
Amelia might sleep longer. She might need physically.
Yeah,
more time.
Amelia's like in this weird passed out state of slumped into a wall, and it's actually amazing that she's partially upright and snoring.
I think Aaron will still be asleep. Can I make a check or some variety to see if I wake up to that noise?
Why don't we do a I'll say a resolve save, just difficulty 0.
Okay.
If your mind will snap out of sleep for this.
Oh, 2.
You almost
No.
passed. You sleep. Alright, Miko, did you want to roll or do you just want to wake up? Yeah, I'm fine with you just wanting to wake up. That's fine.
She went to bed before everybody else did.
Okay, so you wake up.
But she is kind of sitting oddly still. There's no actual motion taking place though.
Processing mode.
Processing, processing,
Jeez.
processing, processing.
Sitting there. There's a kind of light thrum of lighting that goes back and forth at a steady pulse.
Your implant never stops moving. It never stops moving. Never.
I will absorb it. It doesn't sound like that though.
Oh. Yeah, Zuri, you kind of wake up, you're injured. You can't really tell if you're more injured than you were, but you're definitely injured, and there is a lack of some people. I mean, the shark's gone, the baby shark's gone, you're in a strange place. Miko's asleep, Aaron's asleep, Amelia's asleep, you're the only one awake.
Okay.
Well,
After
she's sitting there. She is actually awake.
Oh,
She's
she's
just not
awake.
moving.
Oh, okay.
I am going to attempt to reprocess if I can think about whether or not this AI is taking hold of
Zuri.
Zuri.
Alright, so you can do the roll again. I think it was difficulty 1. I think I had you at for that.
Yeah, out of 10. No, couldn't do it. No,
Nobody
it's just
will
not
ever know.
Miko will never know.
Wow, that's not even worth re-rolling.
No,
Well,
Wow.
that is
not going to attempt to. It's
sorry.
like, okay, well, she's gonna drop that idea.
I am so sorry, sweet. That sucks.
Oh well.
We're never rescuing you, Tygon.
You're trapped in your own hell.
Tygon could eventually say something. I mean,
I mean, Tygon could tell everybody, hey, everything's happened. I've had this weird voice in my head.
I forgot. I'm gonna roll the D3 regeneration thing.
2 wounds. You're feeling all sorts of great. You could kill everyone in the party now. Alright. Alright, so you're sitting there and no one's really talking to you.
Okay. Well, first thing, there's some, self-examination that check if anything is, yeah, probably lots of holes and stuff, but just see if anything is seriously damaged. And then I have to ask, do I or does Zuri remember what happened?
Yeah, you remember. You don't know who shot you, but you remember.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and as that memory comes back to her, it's like the eyes go wide. That's like shock. Like oh my god! I almost killed somebody. No, wait, where is the doctor? Did I kill him?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're gonna start look around, see if I can find him.
Alright, when Suri actually starts moving around the room, I'm gonna say Erin does start to wake up, and seeing Zuri moving around the room, panics You see Eren sort of flailing about, trying to figure out where he, because he's holding his pistol for the night, he set it down beside him, scrambles on the floor, picks it up, points it shakily.
Well, now you know who shot you.
Zuri's up! Zuri's up!
Huh? What? All right. Yeah, this will be fun.
What? Wait, no, please, don't shoot me.
Stay there, Amelia. Amelia, wake up.
Mika's gonna shake her head and the lights are gonna start flickering a little more readily. She'll get up and start moving around a bit more. Oh yeah, no, she is awake. Oh no, she's not awake.
Fidget, wake Amelia up.
I don't know if that's gonna take. She like prods the body on the ground.
Just wake me up.
Yeah, you're awake, but you don't like it, but you never do.
You guys just like kind of starts like weakly pushing herself up and like gagging, but she hasn't eaten anything. So it's like dry heaves.
And still waking up here, fucking Eren babbling at you. Zuri's awake. Amelia, what do we do?
What? Zuri's awake. What difference does it make?
She might try to kill us again.
Aelia just kind of like sits up and sits there blinking.
Zuri is like
And then Amelia, you suddenly realize, oh wait, I didn't remember to tie Zuri up before I went, fuck.
And just like looks up at Zuri with this like of recognition in her eyes, just like yeah, and just kind of like struggling to her feet. It's like, sit down.
Me?
Zuri, sit down. You sit down too.
Okay. Eren sits down.
Eren sits down. Meanwhile, Miko's like, I never sit down. Wiggle,
Miko's
wiggle, wiggle, wiggle,
pacing.
wiggle.
No, she's just going on circles around all of them at this point. So
Sitting is for losers. After a moment, Zuri will sit down as well.
I'm just going to my bag.
Look of growing panic on her face.
Just like getting a rope and walking like over there. Just like, hey, let me see your hands.
What? No. What happened? Please tell me I didn't actually shoot him.
Like, nah, you didn't.
Oh, okay, that's good. I have no idea what happened. I couldn't stop myself.
I was gonna like, unless she was like patting me away, I'm just gonna start tying a rope around her arm and wrapping it around her.
Just
Hands.
ties.
No,
Fine,
stop doing that. No, Zuri is gonna. She's not like fighting it, but she's trying to get away.
Yes. And Amelia is just like, help me out here. I am really hungover.
Why did you try and shoot him?
I don't know that's great. I know how this sounds, but that wasn't me. It's ever since I was in that chop shop. There's something in my head. It's like there's somebody else in there with me.
It's entirely possible. I mean, she's got like 3 or 4 holes in there.
Meanwhile, the voice in Amelia's head's like, voices in her head? That's crazy talk.
Community perceive, I guess.
I think it'd be community perceive versus, I guess, with communication. Because basically you're going to try to communicate, Zuri, and they're going to try and figure out if you're lying or not. And it's how convincing you are, because it might sound unreasonable.
Community
Okay.
perceive what?
Community perceive, and then I'm gonna say difficulty 1.
Alrighty,
and,
what do I
and
have?
it's a communication check for Tygon to make.
I have
Your exert community exert score.
Oh, that's it. You know what's great? I have a fault in communication.
Oh, great! Good luck.
What's my difficulty?
I'm gonna make this difficulty 0. You're trying to tell the truth. It's
Okay.
unreasonable sounding, but you're trying to tell the truth. That wasn't me. It was the voice in my head. And you're trying to make it sound like I'm not normally crazy, but there's a voice in my head. Guys, really.
Ignore
Praise
that.
Cthulhu.
Ignore my previous roll. I did it wrong.
Okay.
Yep, that's more.
That's much
I
more
have a-
believable.
I have a 6.
That's a much more believable. Alright, you have a fault?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me Sam look at what this does.
Sounded more suspicious by the
I'm gonna
moment.
get shot again. This is gonna be such a good day.
See, I could be a real dick and make it so you can never make this attempt again. Yeah, you lie all the time.
Basis.
Huh?
That's on a scene-to-scene basis.
No, never again. I know how I interpret the rules.
It's like, come on, pretty girl. Let me see your hands. It's like trying to tie you up again.
I'm gonna go for the one where your communication goes a bit sour. It sounds really kind of far-fetched, like you're not taking responsibility for your own actions.
Okay,
There's a voice in my head. That's exactly what a crazy person would
So
say.
the failure sounds incredibly far-fetched, and Amelia can't see through that at all. So it does sound indefinitely far-fetched, and it was a bad attempt at communication, but I succeeded on seeing it. So I would be uncertain.
You'd be uncertain.
It's a little different when somebody who is telling the truth is trying to be spotted for it because it's not then like a counter roll. So basically, I wouldn't have pit them against each other because that's somebody
Okay.
attempting to hide a lie versus somebody else.
Okay, so it would just be Zuri's
trying to
roll, and
realistic
Zuri fails
communication.
it. So
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
or just
Zuri
our roll
fails
to
it.
spot if you
Yeah.
succeed. And,
Alright,
okay.
Zuri fails it, so it's basically it doesn't sound that convincing.
Just hold still. Aaron says, lifting up the pistol again.
I mean, it seems
Don't shoot me, please.
awful
I
suspicious.
don't want to shoot you again. Just hold still.
Again.
Well, again, you shot me.
Again.
It was a very good shot, Miko
You
says.
made me shoot you. You were gonna shoot them.
You made me shoot you.
I told you that wasn't.
Aaron does look incredibly distraught about this fact.
She'll eventually extend her hands towards Amelia.
I'm gonna tie her up real good. And just kind
Now
of set her,
kinky times begin.
set her against like some kind of rubble that's like kind of vaguely chair-like, kind of comfortably.
Just try not to get any acid on me, okay?
Like, we'll see.
What?
Just like,
Man, remember
okay.
they were all sunshine and buttercups to you, now they're not.
Just kind of looking at it, just like kind of crouched in front of her. Just like, all right, I think we should ask some questions.
Why'd you try to shoot them?
No, we already asked that one. That didn't get us anywhere.
Just like, yeah, you know what? Why don't we start with that one? Who were you trying to shoot, or why were you trying to shoot us?
I told you it wasn't me.
Okay. Except your gun in your hand was pointed at the back of my head. So.
Yes, and if somebody else runs someone over in your car, that still wasn't you.
Like, that's true, because it's a car and not my body. So, Amelia just, like, pulls her knife out and just kind of looks at, like, kind of turns it over and looking at it. It's like, so, why were you trying to shoot me?
First, it wasn't you. It was the doctor.
Okay.
That's
So why did
fine,
you want
though.
to shoot him?
I didn't.
Like, I know you didn't. Why did you try to?
I did not try to. It was that thing that's in my head with me.
Your Aegiform? Wait,
I
you
don't
didn't
have
get
one of those. Those don't work on me.
Like, all right, well, let's try a little bit. Let's try a different question. Who do you work for? He just like kind of holds the knife like right in front of your nose.
Erin actually starts to look more worried now, and that gun wavers a bit side to side. What are you doing, Amelia?
Like, getting to the bottom of things. Who are you working for?
Zuri is at least trying to lean her head back away from that knife. And I don't work for anybody. Don't even have an identity anymore. I couldn't work for anyone if I wanted to.
It's like, hey, you're in here. Whew. So I'm gonna put this between your teeth in about 2 seconds, depending on whether or not I like your next answer. So let's go ahead and come clean with who you are working for.
What do you want me to say? You what that gang of yours? I already forgot your name. That's the closest thing to working for somebody I've done in the last weeks. Ever since I had to come down to this horrible place.
Amelia just kind of like reaches out with her free hand and just like grabs her by the face, kind of like peeling her lips open, like, all right, I'm gonna start making a necklace.
You hear the sound of the gun readying. No, stop. We don't do this.
What are you gonna do, kid?
Well, there's not really much to be gained by trying to interrogate her anyway. Mika's gonna take a seat. If she is some kind of enemy spy, she's had all this time to rat on us and has it. If we just leave her here, she's not going to accomplish anything. She can't report anything she doesn't already know. You let Stefan go away. Where did you start hearing voices from, if that's your story?
I'm gonna let her go. Just kind of put my arms down.
It's like I said. After you hey, you were there. You were there, Miko, in that shop.
Yeah.
It's I don't know what they did to me, but after that.
So while you were hooked up to their system, you started hearing voices.
Like I said, I don't know what they did to me.
Well, you gotta answer the question, she says, kind of tilting her head sideways. When you were hooked up to the system, you started hearing voices.
I had some weird dream or nightmare or whatever. I don't know what it was, but yeah.
And they never went away?
No.
She will attempt to click this again. There we go. It's bound to happen eventually.
I was gonna give you a difficulty 0 on that, but okay.
She-
Would you like to
she's
reroll
going
the
for it.
difficulty 0?
I'll
The
just
answer
take what
no,
I get.
right?
I would
She
love it.
shifts
Just
sideways.
rolls a 2.
Yeah, just gets the double 2 out of it. She nods a little bit and says, "Explain the scene you saw."
When you mean when we were in the shop, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's damn it, trying to remember. There was somebody there with me. His name was Alejandro, and he kept saying something like we had to escape together. We needed to get out.
He was your friend?
He acted like he was my friend. I never met him before.
She's gonna turn her head the other way. When did you hear Alejandro again?
Right when we escaped. It started like flashing text before my eyes, telling me to get out.
Which I will remind Miko, the name Alejandro was flashing on all the screens.
No, she knows. She's aware of this. She's collaborating stories. She's she turns her head back to the other side again and says, "Have you ever had seizures?"
Seizures?
Seizures, pulsing, unable to control your body.
Not that I can remember. I mean,
Not
except last night, obviously.
And she kind of clicks it the other direction and says, "You've never had a situation where you've lost consciousness spontaneously?"
Did I? I don't remember.
The character did, but she wouldn't remember it. It's happened twice now.
Oh. Okay. No, not that I remember.
Have you seen Alejandro again?
Yes, actually.
What did he tell you?
He he kept calling me Rosie, and I'm gonna say at that moment she remembers the dreams she had last night, and there was a white lioness called Rosie, and I saw her last night. I was dreaming, I think. I don't know. It was really confusing. And I saw her and her husband and the bodyguard, but it was like I was the bodyguard. And then it also was like I was in the shop again, but taken apart, and that insect doctor was there. It was really strange. It was very confusing. Like, kept changing scenes.
Miko's gonna tilt her head forward again and then start pacing around the corner. I don't think you need to shoot her. At least not right now.
I'm just like, I don't think she's aiming at me. Alright, she's aiming at Zuri. Just like kind of turning my head towards Aaron.
Aaron lowers his gun, just eyeing Amelia.
Just like, you good? You're not going to do everybody a favor? Just slides her knife back into its sheath.
You don't hurt people.
It's like, I'm sorry?
We shouldn't be hurting people like that. We're supposed to be the good guys, right?
Well,
It's
right
just
now
like-
we've got a couple different people.
Like, Amelia just kind of looks incredulous. Just like, is that what you think I am?
No, I don't think you are.
Amelia just kind of like sighs and starts untying Zuri. It's like, I'm trying to be.
Oh, hey, wait,
Whoa.
fire! I said we didn't need to shoot her.
It's like, well, and it's like, I'm just continuing on. It's like, yeah, well, I mean, no,
I
it's-
think she's got a
take
passenger.
prisoner.
I don't know if that's going to be necessary either. She's going to look around. When we were being captured, they were using a virtual reality interrogation AI to try to get some information out of her, or possibly to reprogram her personality so she'd be more docile. I don't know what their ultimate goal was, but the AI rebelled. That's what caused the explosion that got us out of there to begin with. I think she's carrying artifacts of that code.
awesome.
What does that mean?
Well, it means there's two personalities in her right now. One of them's eventually going to have to give up.
So it wasn't her?
There's another system in there. That's what's causing the seizures. Zuri, you've actually had 3 since we've met. You had one when we fought the people up at the area. You had another first when we began the process, and you were originally being integrated with the new AI, and you had a 3rd one last night. I think that's when the AI process is taking over your mind. It doesn't know how to use your outputs.
Oh.
It was probably never programmed to use a cog body.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, and AI wouldn't be, I guess.
That's also why you remember being able to shoot somebody, because it needs to use your personality in order to use your body.
Oh. The last thing I saw last night before, well, I guess Aaron shot me, was there was like a red circle over the doctor and it said enemy.
She nods. Says, I don't know what kind of AI they have in there, but if it was an interrogation device, it probably has some kind of probe. And if it's holding artifact code from previous interrogations, it probably has some kind of goal. If you want to be rid of it, you're probably just going to have to find out what it's after. Once it succeeds in what its actual destination is, it shouldn't bother you anymore.
Oh, great.
At least, I mean, that's my hope. I don't actually know, but unfortunately, cog brains aren't just like computers where we can go out and flush them. I mean, if that's not the case, you might be dealing with a split personality for a very long time.
Yeah, I'm just unraveling the rope. I'm just like, I just stand up and offer a hand.
The question is it dripping with acid?
It is not dripping with acid.
Would it be, though?
It could be, but it's not.
Could it?
I have to think about that one.
There's a very long and rather suspicious look up at Amelia
Oh, wow. That
Before-
was a good drop. What happened?
before Zuri reaches out and takes the hand.
I just gotta pull you up. It's like, well, can't be too mad about people having voices in their head. Just like I just like turn around the others. It's like I got something poking around up in here ever since I got this thing in me.
Aaron nods slowly.
Heal the world, Aaron. There's kind of a somber mood as you guys, start getting yourselves together and going out to the truck. It seems like there's a lot more room now that there's less of you.
We're down to the classic lineup.
You're down to the classic lineup. There's no sign of any of the blood or anything from the previous night because it all kind of washed away from the rain that's been kind
Oh,
of drenching.
that's what happened.
Huh?
To anybody watching who was trying to get in on the featured miniature backer rewards, somebody backed out of it. There's another slot open now.
Oh, nice. I mean, well, not nice.
Well, not the
Drop out.
nicest,
Not
but
the nicest,
there's another slot there if somebody wants to get their miniature featured in the book.
Oh no, does that mean we're not at 29k now?
No, we're not. It has
Does
been
that
completely
does that mean
negated.
we can have another video where you come and pull the 29k person away from the computer?
Hey, 20. You need 28k to come back and kick them out. It's like, I'm back, bitches. 29K.
I should totally do that.
Really funny.
I'm kind of hoping by morning this situation will be resolved and I won't have to, but
but it would be really funny. So,
It would be.
yeah.
it's
But it
just
would
going to
also be a lot
consist
of
of,
work.
I'm gonna roll over and kick the other person, but I'll be like, 28k is back, bitches, and I'm going to sit there for a second and go, oh.
That's why it would be funny because it'd be like 28k's back, bitches. Yeah. Oh.
Actually, in future, and for these videos, I need you to just print off some really bad
Numbers.
that you can tape to your shirt.
And just rip off and throw. All right.
Oh, that would be funny.
That would. All right, so you guys all get out to the cars, and I will say you guys could put yourselves. I mean, are you guys gonna do the same thing? Is Aaron still driving?
I think Aaron is probably the best bet still.
Alright.
Well, unless, somebody else learned over the course of watching you.
There was a night.
Did Amelia learn?
I like to think so.
So you took notes and you learned better at the drive.
I did.
All right. Well, Amelia,
my dream was a trip to the DMV.
Well, actually, you were riding with Aaron for so long, and you watched Aaron doing everything. You could have picked it up just from that, so you would have your points now. So you could drive on the way back if you want, with Aaron coaching you like a good little friend. All right, but is Miko and Zuri still gonna ride in the back?
I will ride in the back.
Actually, Aaron goes. Somebody else feel like they can drive?
It's like, I got it.
You should have Zuri in front with you.
I'm okay in the back. I can hold on fine.
No,
I was gonna look at Aaron and try to
gauge what Aaron's saying.
Aaron looks like he really doesn't want to be in the front cab with either Zuri or Amelia. Colored Dog has risen through the ranks once again to be the comfort.
The sad thing is right now Aaron would have cuddled up with Stefan, even if he was a horror monster.
Yeah. Basically, Aaron is looking somewhat reclusive, nervous, and probably finds Miko the least threatening right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna lay a slicker. It's like, yeah, why don't you sit up front with me, pretty girl? Just get in the car and start it up.
Offer Zuri her handkerchief.
Sure.
Yeah.
Before we hop into the vehicle, Miko is going to come along to Amelia's side and say, so, I may be off my base a little bit here, but I've observed some slight tendencies to resort to intimidation in most of your negotiation tactics.
It's effective.
It's sometimes, but the thing that you're dealing with inside of Zuri's head is not a person, it's a program. And if it interprets an enemy, it will affect that enemy. You don't want to target yourself as an enemy to that program.
Well, yeah, I kind of got that impression. Not the whole enemy thing. I'm way too dumb to have got all that, but nah, I figured out there was no use in it. That's why she's tied, and I did not cut her.
I'm just, we need to try to figure out what its motive is. It would be nice to figure out where it was programmed, or at least who put it in there to begin with. It might even be worth talking to Stefan again if she saw him in that vision. But for the moment, it doesn't seem to have gone after any of us, so I don't think it interprets us as threats. If that changes, it will probably act immediately, or at least when it sees an opportunity.
And I admitted I shot them. Oh no, cover me.
So, you guys have any idea what facility you were in? You said you escaped from a shop.
Well, it's whatever one's currently burned down.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the burnt out one.
If I knew what, I might know who did it. I might know something about it.
No, I burned it down. Actually, Alejandro did, but I helped.
No, jeez. No, if I knew what facility it was, I might know the people who ran it, not the people who destroyed it.
Oh, well, if we're going back, I can probably find a way there.
Oh, no, hell no, we're not going back. We're going to the warehouse, and we're going to get the printers on this truck, and then we're going to get the kid up top and back with some kind of real fucking family.
Oh, right. That part. Miko's like, damn, I'm already thinking 3 missions ahead of this. Come on.
You're supposed to think 3 steps ahead, not 3 missions ahead.
No, that one will resolve itself. I got 4 feet. I can't think 3 steps.
Oh.
She will hop back in the back of the cab then, at that point, having fairly satisfied that they will not assign themselves faux tags over the course of the drive.
When Zuri gets in, I'll just hand her handkerchief back.
Oh, thank you.
Just like start driving off. Just like I'm sorry about all that.
I'm sorry too, but believe me that I couldn't do anything.
Amelia just shrugs.
As the truck starts up and the amazing 70s music would start up again as you guys start rolling forward, the scene draws to a close. Our adventurers begin driving off in what I hope you guys will figure out is a good route, because you're on the opposite side of Spiral territory now. Their border
I can't wait
is
for Amelia to have to
around.
make repeated fucking checks to drive. See how she likes it when she throws out of the truck.
Which you guys do not have somebody who can guide you through now. The
Spiral
various.
territory.
I'm saying you have anybody who can drive you on, guide you through to the checkpoints. So, and
Yeah.
it is whether or not you guys are going to try to go through the checkpoints again, or if you're going to try and
Seems like a bad
circumvent,
idea.
which would take you deeper into Seraph territory. But that is going to be for next time. Everyone can get 16 of the XPs.
Yay.
And because you guys
Hooray.
completed a major mission today, everyone gets 750 hobo bucks.
Madre de Dios.
Hobo bucks can be redeemed for in-game items when you can find a place to do trade, or if you're straight up doing surgeries, you can go to a surgery doctor. Oh no! Or things like that to get your stuff. For people like Miko, who's basically a bioprobe, you can probably use that to activate some stuff. But everybody else, if there's different things you want, you'll be able to hopefully find people to make purchases soon. But you have hobo bucks for redeeming qualities. And hopefully everybody had a good time tonight. I will say
Very much so.
you guys did circumvent a large combat that I had, which is kind of good, and also kind of bad because there was some ONR suits there you guys could have sniped.
Yeah, I was sad about that.
Yeah. There were some nice ONR suits there. Because I was
There
like,
was
you know
loot
what?
to be had.
That's why they were actually kind of easy to hit, but they had a really high endure. And they were basically just going to be going, I'm invisible. I'm going to shoot you now. I'm invisible. I'm going to shoot you now.
Well, we're all still alive, so.
Yeah. And really, only one of them died.
Despite Tygon's best efforts.
What do you mean Tygon's best efforts?
I don't. Are you implying that Sam might have perhaps attacked you lethally? I don't. No, I don't think that's the
I'd like to
case.
point out, Tygon, they goad me before the game to be such a harsh monster, and then they all dive out of the way and push you in front, like meat.
I do not.
That's how this goes, uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Because my dice start rolling hot.
And I'm not even made of meat.
I know.
So rude.
Worst part. Alright, so thanks everybody for coming out for stream tonight. I'm sure Zev will be posting up a copy that he's recorded over on the YouTube channel. Make sure to check that out. Check out the HSD Kickstarter. Super amazing. And if you back, you can watch the amazing video of Zev yanking himself away from his computer repeatedly and fighting with himself. It's actually the best video. I love it. So check that out. It's really great.
great,
And we'll be back next week unless somebody shoots Sam. Okay? So thanks everybody.
Bye.
Bye.